Hey y'all, how's it going? It's Friday. Haha, I'm doing alright. It's the weekend. I got a long weekend ahead of me due to family stuff. I've mentioned earlier I'm attending a wedding on Monday, so there will be no Monday stream this week. So, you know, that'll be a lot of fun. A lot of folk coming to town, family, and I'm gonna have a good time. See some people I haven't seen in years and years and years, and that's nice. Um, I see a lot of late belated birthday wishes in the chat. Thank y'all for that. For Alter for Walter, Highway, Lord Bowser. I appreciate all the wishes, regardless of when they came. They came when they come. It's all good. I'm happy to see you, and you know, let's start with that actually. What's this level now, DS? I'll show you, Lord Bowser. I also showed this off on the Wednesday stream, which was the birthday stream Wednesday. It was fun. We did 4 games ultimately. We started with Celeste. That took about an hour. We did like 33 strawberries, 1 strawberry for every year. Makes sense. Every one of the birthday streams that I ever do going forward has to have a segment like that based around the number of my age. Going forward, that's, will be a bit of fun to think of one each time, I guess. Hopefully. This second thing I did was I did a little bit of a Mario Maker update, showed off this level, which I'm gonna show off again for y'all, don't y'all worry. And then we did a little bit of Hitman, that new Hitman mode, which turns out pretty good. It's we didn't get that deep into it in the time we played on Wednesday, but it seems cool. I should probably play more, but there's so much Tears of the Kingdom to play, like, holy shit. That was the 4th thing we did, Tears of the Kingdom, just exploring a little bit. And then at the end, I, went into, a place. I went into a place that's not necessarily, you might not know about from the start of the game, that was really rad and cool, and we talked through some of that. And then we did a Jackass watch party, because we met one of the sub-goals, which, again, I can't thank everyone enough for the support on Wednesday over the last week. 2 of the subs were from before that stream. One was last Friday actually, and I had to do some stuff to make sure that counted. But yeah, I again really appreciate the support, and I'm really happy we made that sub goal. That was a really fun watch party, outrageous. A lot of people getting hurt, a lot of ball and penis stuff. You see a lot of penises in that movie. Just a lot of cock and balls. Holy shit. And also a lot of people getting hit in the cock and balls. Which, is like, oh. You see it and you go, oh god! You can't help but to react a little. And that's fun. That VOD is now all up on YouTube, including the watch party. I put a timestamp in, the corner, so it's, possible to sync it up with the movie, even without the official watch party support, so I think that's cool, and I hope that's, I hope that someone ever watches it that way, with me, reacting and shit. I hope that's valuable to someone, ever. But that's cool. I'm really happy with the thing that we did last time, which the incremental sub goals. I think going forward, we have a big event stream like this. I'll try to have 3 goals like that. 1 at 5, 1 at 10, 1 at 20. Or something like that. I think that's a great way to do sub goals, where we have something that's easy, something that's a little bit harder, and something that's a lot harder to hit. And like I said, we hit the watch party. We hit the first goal, which worked exactly as it should have done. I'll say the second goal, which was the DK64 randomizer all beaver bother stream. We didn't hit that one, but hey, an idea that good, I'm sure it'll come back and be offered again. at some point. Don't be surprised if it's an incentive for like a future big event stream. And then hey, maybe we'll eventually see that. As same with the Metal Gear Solid playthrough series, which now that we don't have, we know that's not going to be the thing. I guess after Hat in Time, we'll just have other things. Which, by the way, Hat in Time, that's the next playthrough. It was always going to be, so even if we had met the Metal Gear Solid playthrough incentive, Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3 playthrough incentive, even if we had Hat in Time would be between Pikmin and Metal Gear, but now it's just, it's gonna be Hat in Time, and then I don't know what else. I think that I want to do a lot of, like, smaller Let's Plays and smaller series. Pikmin 1, 2, and 3 was really fun. 7 weeks worth of that, playing all 3 of those games, but, I want to pick out some games that'll give us some shorter streams, and, like, maybe fewer, actual, like, installments of it, right? Like, maybe a month per playthrough would be ideal. Once a week, maybe 3-4 hours a stream. Something like that. That would be a lot more reasonable than the last couple, which were the Pikmin, which was preceded by Persona 5 Royale, which was a 140-hour game. So that took like 3 months doing it twice a week. That's even more time-consuming. I want to do some nice shorter games, and maybe more of like the Nintendo stuff. I'm not sure. I'll figure out what we're doing after Hat in Time, and maybe we'll maybe ideals will come up as we're going, But that's the plan for like Monday streams going forward. Various playthroughs, a little bit more by playing it by ear, What days ought to be stream days? I am thinking this now that we're like after Pikmin, and and now that Pikmin is done, I am wondering if it's time to like think about if other stream days would work better, right? Like I like the Monday, Thursday, Friday cadence that I have now. So it gives me 2 days off in the middle of the week. Gives me the weekend all the way off, which is good because I don't like to do things on Sundays, and on Saturday, I'm just too busy with, like, family stuff and stuff. But I could see, like, moving Monday to Tuesday. I could see moving Thursday to Tuesday. I could see doing, like, a Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing like we did this week. I don't know, man. I think I'd like to think about it and figure out, like, what exactly would be the thing. And if anyone has any input, what, if y'all like certain days better than others, or have freedom on like certain days, right? That'd be good to know. I'll say like one of the reasons that I moved from Tuesday to Monday like 6 months ago is because it used to be that one streamer that I like, Dan Reichert, did all of his like a stream on a Friday and a stream on a Tuesday. And I was just tired of missing all the Tuesday streams. But more recently, he hasn't been doing those, so honestly, I can move back to Tuesday now, and it'd be fine. And it wouldn't even overlap with his stuff at all, because he's been streaming a lot more sporadically and less frequently, and only on Fridays now. Anyway, that's the up top stuff. Let me, let's do a little bit of a look at this level. This level, which is Sunburned Sanctuary, is the current name of it. I have thought about whether it should be called Sunburned Sanctum. I did look up and see, like, this is a link level, by the way. It's a link level with an angry sun in it. I did look up, like, dungeon names of all the Zeldas, and I did find that Sanctuary was used once, so Sunburned Sanctuary is just a little bit more Zelda than Sunburned Sanctum, and it's because Sanctum hasn't been used at all. You missed Dan's old streaming schedule, Fauntleroy. Yeah, I agree. Sounds like Fandom is doing lots of stuff. Yeah, he's busy at work, and, well, his work is streaming, so it's if you want a Dan fix, it's not like there's none out there. I was watching his thing before. I was watching Blight Club before the stream, actually. So this level, you avoid the sun. You have to jump in and hit the chain chomps, and also deal with all these riding these platforms and shit. That coin trail is a little inaccurate if you end up missing the window there, huh? Maybe we should maybe I should adjust that. Anyway, the first half is all regular style. Then in the second half, you ride a platform. The second half isn't really built yet. I'm gonna build it later, you know. But I have some basic ideas here and some like prototype versions of the stuff, you know. Like, oh, there's gonna be chain chomps to try to board your platform. There's gonna be like some parts where maybe you get off the raft. My battery is low, I'll plug that in. Whoops. Good. Oh, and by the way, since the sub goal from the birthday stream is over now, it's over by the way. That sub goal is over. I have put back the follower goal, and we'll do a special stream called the Rareware Roulette if that goal is met. So, you know, once we get up to 500 followers, there'll be a 500 follower celebration stream. Twitch followers, specifically. And right now, we're 43 away from that, so, you know, not that many in the grand scheme of things. 43 away from 500. But yeah, let me talk through some more elements of this. I'm really happy with how it turns out. The first half is very flavorful and nice, and I put a little bit more sky in it than I was maybe originally thinking. You see, I was playing Tears of the Kingdom, and that game has a lot of sky stuff in it, of course, and that sort of inspired me to make it more of a, less of a just castle level and more of a literal castle in the sky level, you know? Like, before it was just kind of just, hey, here's a castle. I'm just using some castle stuff because it's a dungeon. You know, you're sort of on the outside of it. But now it's literally gonna be, make you feel like you're in the sky. One thing I always want to do when I make a level is to try to account for, like, people getting hit and, like, losing their power-ups. So in this one I've done a little bit of, adjusting. First off, if you, like, fuck up here, I've set it up such that you can get this thing. I'm not sure if that's really needed, honestly. Like, is it okay if you fuck up this bit, if you just soft lock and have to jump into the cliff? Maybe. It's just like 2 seconds into the level, so, you know, why not? The other thing is, once you get here, and if you lose this thing, before you have a chance to, like, run into another one of these, you get the spike helmet, and you can use that just as easily to take care of the guy. And also to fight these guys as well. Kinda want to make it fair, even if you lose Link, you know. And you can see, it is pretty fair, even if you lose Link. The sun is... It's hard to remember that the sun is... Once you're over here, the sun goes through there. I don't really have the real estate to move the checkpoint back, though. You know, like, you see the ending is right there, and it uses all the space that it has. The last screen, anyway, which I think that's how it's gonna be. It's gonna be like this. You're gonna pop up. Maybe if you're Link, you can, like, shoot an arrow into that 30, and maybe have to deal with the ghosts, like, sneaking up on you while you do. I'm gonna move this back one. Yeah, like that. That looks good. That'll be good. Nice level design, said Lord Bowser like a couple of minutes ago. I appreciate it. Thanks. Yeah, I'm quite happy with how it's all shaping up. It has the right feel. You know, has the right length. The bonuses are well placed, I think. You know, that was something I had to think about because, like, with Link, you can, like, shoot an arrow at just about anything. So I had to put this one in, like, a place where Link's arrows could not hit, for instance. So if you miss it with the... If you don't get it like this, which... If you're wondering why that would be a challenge, the angry sun, at least in my testing, is often at that level when you're getting to there. Let's tweak up how this works. This up like so. Maybe more like this would be good. Like that's pretty good. Yeah, I like it. Okay, let's go ahead and save that, and we'll get into some of y'all's levels. Levels coming along. This all came together like last weekend. I haven't really had the chance to build to do any more making more recently. Oh, and I'll say one more thing. There's a hidden area over there. So if you, after the checkpoints, do a bomb, you'll be able to go to the left and get a spike helmet. I think that this will be the only spike helmet in the second half. If only because it's hard to give you a spike helmet in a way that's like, you know... Well, maybe there'll be another one. I don't know. Maybe like a spike helmet. A spike helmet first, and then later have a link so that, you know, you'll have a link going into the end, I guess. For sure. Anyway, you blow it up and then you go forward. I will say of this part here, I want to shorten it up. I want this to be shorter. I want this to take less space and to get you your thing in a faster fashion. Considering you have to wait anyway for this to open, you know, it really shouldn't be like that much of a trip to go in there and get a thing. You know what I mean? Like, that just seems like the simplest little change. Also, that's a bit weird. You can if you respawn and despawn that thing, there'll be like one guy. You know what I can do? I can just move that forward one. I don't think it'll do that, will it? Let me test that, and then we'll do a thing. Then we'll play some of y'all's levels. Okay, you know. I don't know, like, when this is all going to come together. I don't know, like, when I'm going to have the chance to really work on it. But hey, you know, I can see... When I need a break from Tears of the Kingdom this weekend, slash family stuff... Well, actually, no, I'm going to be busy with family stuff this weekend. You know, but maybe that'll just be, like, dinner and, like, a bit, you know, not really, like, hanging out all day. Maybe I'll find the time to, like, do the second half and shit. Anyway, I'm happy with that. Let's leave this for now. Yes, I think it's really coming along, and, you know, I've never done a level where the top half was empty, all like this, you know, with scroll lock that limits you to this half of the screen. So building around that and, like, making it, you know, making it so that it's, that there's parts where you can, like, go above the screen and drop from high places to low places. You know, like, that's a big reason why I disabled scroll lock, is because then you can have things like this where you're like near the top and you have to go to a platform near the bottom, and you know, that works because there's no vertical scrolling. Hey, you know what? It's supposed to be a little hard. It's World 8. If that happens to you, that's on, you know, I'm fine with that, honestly. Okay. That's enough of that. Let's play some viewer levels, folks. Let me make the queue all nice and big. Let me go ahead and hit next to get the first one up. The first one up is by Alter for Walter, who is here. Just said a thing just now. Let me tell you how this works. Let me say how this all operates for those who don't know. And also because, look, I just say it every time. That's how we do. I know you could just scroll down and look, and there's probably even a there's probably even a chat bot command that'll tell you. But look, I gotta explain. If you are here when your level comes up, give it the full time of day. which means 15 minutes plus 5 last tries, if that's not enough. If you're not here when your level comes up, I still play the level, but I do so in very nearly but not quite sudden death, wherein I only have 2 tries to beat the level, refreshing at checkpoints. So, you know, basically, hey, bingo. And highway, yes, I appreciate. Yes, I appreciate the compliments of the level. I'll let the level know that you think it's cool. I'm sure the level will be tickled pink. It's saying tickled. I said tickled pink a few times on the stream on Wednesday. Weird thing to say, maybe. Night dungeon. Use map. Okay, so this is a night dungeon, and we gotta use the map. World record's pretty short, so it's not a super long stage. Let's go ahead and put 15 minutes up and have at it, you know? Have at it. Hey, Bingo. How you doing? I already mentioned, but thank you again for that sub last week. You know, I ended up making the sub goal 1 less so that to account for your sub, and we ended up hitting the first of the goals, the Jackass Forever Watch Party, thanks to your support and the support of others. And I'll say again, appreciate the hell out of you. That was clutch. That was great. I'm so glad we got that goal. You know, it was really fun to do so, and you know, since I came up with the idea to do that, have that be the goal, right? I was really hoping to do it because it's like, oh, that would be a lot of fun if we could do that, right? And sure enough, I was right. It was a lot of fun. Oh, I got the fire flower. Nice. This dungeon seems pretty straightforward. You know, it looks like if you can see the map over there, everything is pretty much linear. You know, from bottom to top. And, you know, it's very intuitive in that, like, oh yeah, in every room just do a thing, and that thing will let you do the next thing. Like here, we got this thing, and then we just have to boom, boom, boom again. There we go. In order to get out. Right. The red coins, are they optional? They might be. Might be optional, I'm not sure. I should probably look closer at descriptions to see if they say something like red coins optional. Well, there's checkpoints, so it has to be optional because you couldn't have clear checked this if it required them. They are for secret. I see. One's an invincibility room. I sure you can tell that on account of how I'm invincible. Let's see the secret room. Oh, look at that, coins. And hey, it's the thumbnail. It's the thumbnail here. That's Mario. Are you always going to be, like, on-off that way, with the on-off being off when you get here? Thank you for the level. It was very nice. Let's go ahead and get that timer down, and I liked it. Yeah, that was great. All right, let me hit complete on that. And then I'm gonna hit next and see who the next person up is. Woo! Oh, nose is a little bit itchy tonight. Whatever. Highway is up. Go ahead and confirm. Let me at Highway. Make sure that he's good for it. Oh, there you are, Highway. I didn't have to even do the thing. I just had to say I had to do the thing, and that was enough. I'm gonna type in the code. Meanwhile, I'm going to do a card and say what's on it. I have a number of these cards today, as I usually do. As I often do. I'll say that I have done a number of Thursday streams recently with just no cards, which has been nice insofar as I don't have to come up with cards both for Thursday and Friday if I do that. But this time I had cards on the birthday stream, of course, and now I have a slate of new cards. You know. Did you see that a bunch of Mario Advance games are coming out next Friday? Yeah, so Mario Advance 1, 2, and 3, which is to say Mario Brothers 2, the second one is Mario World, and Yoshi's Island are coming out on N60 on Game Boy Advance Online, and looking forward to that. I was hoping that those versions would come. Recently, I put like other than the one with the e-cards, which was the last one, which was out at launch, basically. I ended up putting in Super Mario World on the Game Boy Advance recently, just fucking around for a minute, and realized that, oh shit, the physics are like way different. And I'll tell you, I played the Game Boy version of Super Mario World a lot more than the SNES version, and I think I prefer the physics and handling of the Game Boy version, so that'll be fun. I'm happy that is now pretty, going to be a lot more available. And I'll tell you one more thing and do one more card real fast. Next Thursday stream, which will be the first one after this stream, which will be the next stream, by the way, because, like I said, I'm going to be busy on Monday, and I'm thinking about taking it easy on Tuesday and Wednesday as well. Next Thursday stream will be Mario Advance, those games. So, look forward to that. That'll be fun. We'll have a look at all three of those games. Usually, the Game Boy Advance online games, they go up like in the evening of Thursday. So maybe around like 9 or 10, like at latest, maybe even earlier. We'll be starting that stream around 8, and maybe I'll do I'll start with Mario Advance 4 if it's not up by the time where I'm starting, and then we'll update when it updates and go from there. I think that'll be fun. I think it'll be fun to look at those games again and do a whole thing. I'll say also I never had the first Mario Advance. I only had the last 3. So, obviously it's a remake of a game I've probably played before somewhere else, right? But, at any rate, I'm looking forward to, like, trying that one out for the first time. I don't know how different it is. I do know that in Mario Advance 2, I do know that there are, like, in all the games, perhaps, there's, like, voice lines, and I just forgot all of them. If Super Mario World has those voice lines, I don't remember them at all. But, like, I know that like, the Birdo says, that's as far as you go when you meet Birdo in that game. That's as far as you go. That's what she says. Which, hey, thing. So here, I think... Now, tell me... I was about to say, tell me if I'm wrong. You don't need to tell me if I'm wrong, but... I think we gotta get all these red coins, if I reckon right. If my guess is right here. Oh, this is saying use a fire flower. I can read. I can read signs. Or a hammer. Hammer would also do it. For this, you need that. Well, I don't think I can get this one yet. Wait a minute. Aha! Yes, I can. I can get it. So yeah, that'll be next Thursday's plan. I did think about starting a Hat in Time on Thursday, but we'll just spend another day Also, to be honest, with Hat in Time, I'm not yet sure. Oh, I need a fire flower for that, so how do I get that? For that Thursday stream, for Hat in Time, I'm not sure yet what version of it I want to play. Because I do have, I think, the PC version, but, you know, I'm not sure, like, how well my PC is going to running, you know, a relatively modern platform. Well, it's not too old, you know? And while also, like, streaming and doing all that, it can be a little framey when running, like, you know, newer games in some cases. Oh, wait! Oh. What? Huh? Oh, right, I'm still Goomba. I'm still Goomba here. I thought I was dead because power-up stuff. But I was still Goomba, despite being Cat. I don't know yet if I want to, like, grab, like, the Switch version or something of that game. Or the Xbox version. I don't know. I'm not, you know what, I should probably look and see if I even, it's possible that I already own those versions. You know, considering that I really like that game. I wouldn't put it past myself to, like, buy those versions, you know. But I don't think I did already, so, you know. We'll think about it. You know, maybe check and see, like, hey, how does that version, like, perform anyway? Is it a good performing version? Is it like, you know, one of those Switch games where you buy it and you go like, oh, I shouldn't have bought this on Switch. No, okay. That happened, you know, like when I bought Mortal Kombat 12 on Switch when that came out, and it turned out, no, don't buy that version. That's not a good version. That was not the version to buy. And I hope the hell not to find another case where, like, I want to avoid things like that going forward. What is this? Oh, use the thing to get the thing. Wait. Destroy that thing, use this thing. Cat. Go through here. Okay, so each key that you get lets you get to a new area that lets you get, like, a new... Well, I guess in turn let you go to new areas, which in turn lets you get to new keys. Maybe that's sort of the progression here. Nice. As long as I don't run out of time, anyway. I might have hit that twice, I'm not sure. Huh. Fire flower. I need the fire flower, so I can go get that back. I have access to that. Oh, I see. I already hit that, didn't I? I will say, as far as, like, other things I want to do right now, I have been recently, like, with all the Tears of the Kingdom I've been playing, slacking a little bit on like, doing, like, clips of the streams that I've done, you know, clipping up streams, and also slacking a bit on just, like, writing up reviews for backlog, which I was trying to get back into the habit of, and, you know, turns out that's a little hard to find time for every day if I want to make progress on it every day, which I do. I do want to make progress on that every day if I can, you know? Turns out that's a hard thing to do, especially if a new game comes out and fucking rules, which a new game came out and it fucking rules, so yeah. That worked out perfectly, by the way, with the We're 100 seconds left, and this is clearly the final segment of the level, the final bit. Just about, anyway. Just about. Right? Yes, okay, good. Oh yeah, indeed. Oh, I forgot to set the timer. Whoops. Oh well, yeah, that was less than 15 minutes. It's fine, it's good. I don't think we died once, and we didn't time out either. Yeah? Yeah, very nice. Thank you, Highway, for the level. Go ahead and hit complete. You had fun watching someone else give it a go. Yeah, that's how it is. You know, that's how it goes. Thank you. Thank you very much. I am going to hit next. Next up is Lord Bowser. Lord Bowser. And again, as always, feel free to put in additional levels after your level is completed. That is good, so long as the queue is open. Perfectly appreciated. Now with Lord Bowser, as I understand it, there's Lord Bowser. This is your 2-2. Yeah? This is your 2-2 demo. You just finished this last night, if I recall. I think I saw you saying so on the thing. I'm gonna pop up the thing, the timer, and let's go. Let's just go right into it. That's nice. Different way of having the mushroom work. So we have to figure out pretty quickly that, like, oh yeah, you just wait, and the guy's gonna open for you. Very, very intuitive. What's that? That's gonna be like a multi-coin box. That's fun. I don't use multi-coin boxes that often, and certainly not as like a reward or like a secret. I don't know. I guess I don't find them to be like personally that rewarding to get a bunch of ones, you know, versus just like a 10 or a 50 or a 30. You know, a coin block is very much just like a wad of singles. You know what I mean? Like a lot of singles. I think everyone forgets to use them. You're in good company, Bowser. I'll say I think even in like the traditional Mario games, like the hidden block that just has a bunch of coins in it, that's just like the least appealing collectible. Or not, it's not even a collectible, it's just a secret to me. Or you could put like anything else in one and be like better, you know, a little bit. I think it'd feel a little better to get as well. I mean, I guess I'm, you know, I like to see them a little bit different from what you normally get. Huh. Nice bonus. That's pretty well done. Very intuitive what you have to do. Ooh. You know, every time... I say every time as if it happens often, but I feel like for a couple times, I've seen the Desert Vertical level, and whenever I get like this far up it, I realize like, holy shit, that sky is fucking blue as fuck, and I'm really impressed with it. I kind of wish I did a vertical New Super Mario Brothers desert level within my super world. Like the sky being blue is just like, looks so different from normal. Usually it's, you know, like that. It's like a tan. It's like a orangey, dusty color. But when you get high enough up, the background, you know, it just changes, and that's great. That's cool. I should try to make one of those, like a New Super Mario Brothers U desert level. I'll say that currently there's, you know, not room for it in the plans for the Super World, but there's only 4 levels after the one I'm on for the Super World, so pretty soon here I'll have the opportunity to make levels that aren't in the Super World. That was the best you could come up with, and it turned out pretty amazing. Yes, I thought it was great. That's good shit, Lord Bowser. Let me go ahead and hit complete and get up the next level, which I believe is Bingo's. Bingo's. Hey, how you doing? Go ahead and confirm Bingo. Meanwhile, I'm going to do another card. I saw Fast X, which is the 10th Fast and the Furious movie. I didn't hear great things going into this. Heard it was the worst one. And seeing it, it's not the worst one. Too Fast, Too Furious is the worst one. That much is not debatable. It's fine, you know, it is of the same. It is true that it doesn't really up the ante. Like, the last one went into space a little bit. So, obviously, you can't, like, where are you gonna go from there? And the answer is, they kinda didn't. There were a couple cool stunts, and, you know, there was... These movies, you know, over the course of them, they've shifted from being, like, about racing, really, to being more about, like, spy espionage thrillers, where it's just like, yeah, you know... These characters with their cars, they're basically superheroes. And these are basically superhero movies. Except instead of superpowers, these guys have really good cars that are able to make it, you know, do incredible things, you know? And, you know, if you watch, you'll see like, oh yeah, it's like how I would describe Fast X. Oh, by the way, let me Let me exit course for a second. Actually, Bingo Bo did not confirm. Bingo, please confirm. You are up. Let me just. So you know, it's basically a superhero movie with like fast cars instead of superpowers, which is cool and fun and like and like you know, perfectly good, even if it's not like the best one. You know, I would compare it to like a mid-range Marvel movie. You know, it is like the equivalent of, you know, name a Marvel movie that didn't really impress you but was perfectly fine, where you just went in and was like, yeah, okay, it's these are the characters I like. They're doing more of their fun antics, more of their good bits. Um, and you know, there were some cool fight scenes in there, and some cool like choreographed action based around their superpowers. And Fast X is basically that. I will say, you know, it's like Fast X is like the first part of like a two-part ending that might be a three-part ending. So it doesn't really end on a conclusive note, which I think is maybe part of why people are coming away from it a little bit, you know, negative, because like, oh, it's not like at the end family and is all together and stuff. It's just like at the end, you know, no, we're next movie, let's go. You know, it ends on a cliffhanger. You know. It ends, like, in the middle of the story. But you go and you go, okay, well, you know, I guess that was fun. Maybe, like, a 3 out of 5 for me if I were to rate it. I don't usually rate movies, though. And I don't usually think through, like, what my review of a movie would be. It's like a 3 out of 5. It's fine. A little dull, but not, like, too terribly boring. I don't see bingo, so I'm gonna put this into sudden death for now, and we'll see what we can do with that. Sudden death again is 2 tries. Ooh, but oh, that's fun. Yee! I got hit by the ground pound thing. There's not like a hidden like power up here or something, is there? There's some I think there's some wind outside. No, it's not wind, it's rain. That's right. There's like a severe thunderstorm going on outside. So, you know, I'll say this: if we were to happen to like lose power, if we were to happen to lose power, that would be what happened there. Oh, what the fuck was that? I'm gonna look outside. That sounded like was that a baseball-sized piece of hail hitting my window? What the fuck? Yeah, that sounds like hail. I think it's picking up on the mic even. I can see it spiking up a little. A little bit. Maybe you can't really hear it. It's the opposite direction from where the mic usually is. Yeah, I think we got hail. Oh god. These impacts sound really, really. Woo! Oh! I gotta look and see this. Hang on, folks. Give me a minute. Hailstorm here. And if you have any levels with like ice or like snowball stuff, that would be like thematically appropriate, I reckon. Where the fuck's my thing? Give me a minute. I have to go over there because the bedroom door is locked because I don't want to pass through it during a stream or leave it open during a stream. 1 minute. Holy hell, that is exactly what it sounds like. Yeah, that's hail. What's more, like you know how on a window, right? There's like the screen, like a mesh screen. Yeah, there's holes in that now in the one in my bedroom. These windows here, they don't open, so I don't think they even have that. So, hang on, let me look and see if they how they're doing. Jesus Christ. I will say my car is safe. There is a ceiling above it. It's in a parking garage. Don't worry. That's right. Virtue Virtue Vivian. Let me. Oh, I know. The Virtue Vitruvian Man. I've heard that before. 3. The Vitruvian Man. How you doing? Thank you, thank you. Let me look out this window real fast. These ones right here. They're behind my TV, so it might be difficult to get at. But I just want to look and see if there's any like damage or whatever. With how hard that hail sounded, I bet there's damage. Thank you for the level. Holy hell. I'm looking out that window now, and I'll say that the window looks fine. But like just looking at like across the street, right, where there's like grass and shit, there's like there's like so much hail on the ground that it looks like it's been like very, very it's like it's practically covered in hail. Like there's just as much hail as grass as you can see, and it's kind of beautiful actually looking at it. Just like holy shit, that looks good. And I want to take a picture. I want to take a picture so goddamn bad. Oh, it's not gonna look good from taking a picture through a window, but oh, I want to take a picture so bad. I don't have a balcony. And then so it's not like I can step outside and like do and like take a nice picture. I like doing that though where possible. Okay. I think I think it's still going, but at the very least the wind isn't like pushing it into my windows now. You know, if you like understand physics, that a hail hitting windows is kind of unlikely because it's, it has to be coming in at the right angle in order to hit the windows versus just, hitting the ground. And I'll say there was like a kind of like a waterfall, it looked like, of hail just passing by on like over on that window. Jesus. God damn. Didn't expect a hailstorm. I expected thunder, maybe, earlier. Not hail. That's, hail's pretty unlikely or unusual, isn't it? You don't see that hail that often, I don't think. Like, less frequently than thunder, Rare. Alright, bingo. We died. So that was it for bingo. Let's go ahead and hit the next level. Next one up is from Alter for Walter. Go ahead and confirm Alter for Walter. Sorry about the delay. There was a sudden freak hailstorm. And I say there still is, but it's not hitting my window anymore. Could y'all hear that? Could y'all hear some of that? Like, I don't know, like, how much that picked up on the mic, but it was kind of scary. It was kind of scary right there. Alright, just play anything. Have I done the Super World before? Yeah, okay, it has been cleared. So yeah, let's do #1 desert gimmick. Let's go. Oh jeez. Fast X, it was pretty decent. It was kind of boring, but perfectly good. Action was fun. Like a mid-range Marvel movie is how I would describe it. It's a lot worse than the ones before it, but it's still good. Still fine. Is that not good enough? It's probably not good enough. This is cool. This is fun. Just a little bit of bullet stuff. Shooting guys with bullets is fun. I don't know what that whole setup is. I can't see myself because of the crowd, Shooting guys, it's fun. Yeah, that's good. I like how the gun box, the cam box, can shoot just anyone and kills a lot of guys that otherwise can't be killed. Interesting to see another desert cannonball level. That's right, yours also involved cannonballs. Right now, I feel like I'll say again, if anyone has any there's a thing that I've seen where like some people can have levels where they have like solid objects falling on you, like in the manner that hail does. That would be very thematically appropriate. What's this gonna be? Oh, it's stairs! Look at that. Oh, and I can get some money out of it too. This is one use for these like infinite coin blocks here. You mentioned infinite coin blocks earlier. This is one way you can use them just to make bricks that don't get destroyed. You know, makes perfect sense. That way. Thank you for the level. GG. Yes. Complete. Oh, well, that was a maker code, so it doesn't make a difference. Next up is highway again. Go ahead and confirm highway. Yep, there you are. You just said a thing too, so you were doubly good. You don't know if I played the next one. Well, we'll see. Here's another card. I'm still thinking about getting a stream deck. This is something that I was planning on getting for as like a birthday present to myself, and I haven't quite pulled the trigger on it yet. Still thinking about like whether I want like the one with 32 keys or the one with 15 keys. Honestly, I use a lot of hotkeys, so more keys I think would be better, just so that I could have like more commands without like putting commands into like different folders and stuff. You know, more available to me at one time I think would be preferable. You know what I mean? But yeah, I haven't played this one, no. But that is still something I'm looking at, still pondering over. I think I will pull the trigger sometime soon. I just don't know, like, well, I don't know when I'll set it up and get, like, a bunch of, you know, move over from using a keyboard to do all the hotkeys to using it. Especially because, like, I would have to move it if ever I did stuff from the PC. I wanted to have access to the hotkeys. That said, hey, maybe these things are small enough where they can be moved. You know, it's not that much of a distance. I don't even need like a special wireless thing, really. I don't think. Oh God, I don't think I even need a special wireless thing. I can just do it. I can just move it with my hand. I like this level so far. It seems like a nice, simple one. A nice and simple one with like a, you know, out and forth. Oh, I see. I have to kill the guy. It's a nice simple one where you go through the level once and then you go through a level second time. You know, with the on-off in a different position, thus giving you a different experience. That's cool. Again, you know, whoa!
Oh no!
I don't even consider the player would even swim under the Cheep Cheeps. Yeah, it's possible to do that. I've made players swim under things just above the bottom of the screen before. It's a fun thing to do, or fun thing to allow the player to do. I guess I'll say I don't think it was mandatory in the case. Just ideal. Just like the safest thing. In one of my levels, you have to do that, I think. I think you kind of have to. Or at the very least, it's very intuitive, too. Same way you can do platforming above the screen. You know. Like here, platforming above the screen. Same deal, but in reverse.
Oh no!
How about another card? I'll say, like, for this stream, I have a little theme here for a bunch of these cards in the middle, which is, stream improvement. Things I want to do to, like, you know, I want to invest in, want to get working, go get set up. The next one I have is, something that came up during the watch part, the stream, birthday stream on Wednesday. Follow up on random clips as channel point rewards, and clip shoutouts and such. Yeah, so this is something some streamers do, where they can have a thing that shows a random clip or a you know, a channel point reward for a random clip. And I've been thinking about it, and I think I want to do that. I want to enable that. I think the plan will be to have that basic setup where, like, oh, you know, if for a certain amount of channel points, we'll do a clip shout out of myself, you know, and show just a random clip. And also I'll have the option to do like a shout out for another person, and I'll show a clip of theirs. And I think that'll be extra good, like, you know, consider this. Consider when someone raids and we do a shout out. Imagine if it also showed a random clip. We would also then get like a good, like, a little bit of a taste of what they were doing, or what they do in general. I guess it wouldn't be of what they were doing, like, just now, more just in general, but, you know, you get the idea. And I think that'd be pretty fun. I think it'd be very useful, and that is definitely something I want to set up. Oh, God. That's something I want to set up in, like, the future. Again, this is one of those things where it's like, yeah, that sounds like a bit of work, you know, to get that whole thing working. And also, I do want to make, like, a custom, like, frame for the videos, for the clips. And to have it so that, it's, like, played in, like, a little TV of some kind. And, you know, this idea is so new, I don't even know, like, what TV it should be. Should it be, like, the Lord of Games from Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts? Is there another TV that I should use? Like, I don't know. Donkey Kong's TV? Donkey Kong had a TV at one point in the Mario and Mario vs. Donkey Kong games. Did he have a TV in, like, in Tropical Freeze or something, too? Like, I could see something like that. There's probably a lot of sources where I could, like, a lot of TVs that I could use as, like, the framing around the clip replay thing, and I just don't have, you know, I feel like I don't have the right idea yet, and I'll figure something out eventually. I think that'll be fun. That'll be a good thing. That'll be neat. I suppose since I am, like, it's gonna be a while till the next stream, it's possible that, honestly, just anytime I say something like this, like, oh, I want to do this, bear in mind, it is very possible that by the time the next stream airs, you'll come back and I'll be like, hey, I did it! I did the thing. I spent a couple hours, and I made the thing I was talking about. I just made it. And now it's a thing, and now here it is, you know? But I don't know, that one now will come together, or if it will for sure. I'll say another thing I was thinking is like, well, maybe we could also do clips like just randomly during breaks. So instead of music, it would be just like, here's random clips of me, right? Which sounds like it could be fun. I don't know. Other streamers I know have done that. I know other streamers that do that specifically. But I don't know. I really like the rockets at the top. I also, you know, I guess also, you know, while the rockets, like, I think the starting soon screen is great, so because it tells you like what's going on the screen on the stream, right? Gives you like a docket. Gives you the docket, shows you the docket, the agenda for the stream in question. But you know, during a break, is that really necessary to show? Or should we show something else? I guess that's the question here. Maybe, like, clips would be more valuable for breaks, whereas, like, starting soon would stay just what it is, you know, just the agenda of the stream. There's so many options that you have when you're running a stream and you're doing things in OBS, right? You can do basically anything. You just put in the work and you know, get the right plugins or whatever. Right plugins, extensions, set up the right bots or something. I don't know how how clip replaying works. It's like something like that, right? It's something where like you. It's one of those things where you grab an overlay, the overlay comes with sound, and you have a bot that watches for some sort of chat message that tells it what account to look for clips from. That's how it does, like, the stuff. I mean, I would look into that. I'll say I don't really know exactly 100% how that works, actually, come to think of it, but I would look into it should I go and implement it. What's another card? Future things to be thrown at me. Follow up on that. Yeah, so during during the stream on Wednesday, the birthday stream, talked about how now that Pikmin is over, you know, whether I should be considering like other things that could be thrown at me, you know, and such. And I'll say I have no immediate plans to switch things up. I think the Pikmin are great, and perhaps one of the best things that possibly could be thrown at me, you know, because they're little guys that are already thrown at people. That's kind of their whole thing. It's kind of their whole stick to be thrown at people. So it just kind of makes sense in a fun way. But, I did have a couple ideas for, like, new things to be thrown at me. And one of those is like, collectathon, god damn it. Is, collectathon, collectibles. So that is to say, like jiggies, notes, that sort of thing, and, you know, I have the option to have each of them make a different sound when they hit me, so, you know, that's perfect then. Can very easily have, like, a different sound for jiggies versus notes versus eggs versus whatever the fuck. Empty honeycomb pieces. No. Cheeto pages. Honestly, my plan, and this is what I said on Wednesday, by the way, my plan for that is to do it such that when Banjo-Tooie hits N64 Online, that will be a full playthrough that we do here, and I'll have that as an option. That'll be a thing. There's a checkpoint? Okay, good. This part is the hardest. You're right, this is the hardest. The checkpoint is soon. Good to know. Anyway, that isn't to say that there can't be other things that could be thrown at me, but that's my planned one for now. You know, I definitely like the dichotomy of, like, 3 Pikmin versus 20 Pikmin. I think those two are just like the perfect things that can be thrown in big groups or small groups accordingly. Oh, and by the way, for the clip thing, if you're wondering how much I would do the channel points for a clip, maybe like 1,000 channel points for a random clip. Play a random clip right soon. It'd be a right soon situation because the way that my timer works, my Mario Maker timer thing, I can't pause it or reset it or anything, so I would have to do clips like between levels. And I would also, you know, have to say during that, don't let me forget it, because don't let me forget it, you know, because I might forget it. You know how I do. Maybe that is, like, I'll say that's the difficulty about any channel point reward where I have to stop doing something and we have to change and do something else for a second. Is that it's very easy for me to forget it if I'm in the middle of a level or something that cannot be paused, you know? And maybe that's a reason why to look into, like, more things that are just like the Pikmin, you know? Just like, oh, you know, just throw things at me and we'll laugh and that'll be us, you know? We don't have to stop and it doesn't have to be a whole thing, right? Anyway, I can definitely see more things being thrown at me. We'll eventually, I'm sure, do more things other than the jiggies and stuff, which will be... Who knows, right? We don't even know for sure if Banjo-Tooie will be added to N64 Online. I like to think that it will. I mean, we got in GoldenEye and Banjo, so, you know, how far back can Perfect Dark and Banjo-Tooie be, honestly. Right, like, those... I think it'll happen. I think it'll happen pretty much definitely. Oh, there's that checkpoint we were talking about. And, when it does, we'll do a thing. I guess keep an eye on, like, E3, or not E3. E3 is canceled. E3 is done. Keep an eye on, like, Nintendo Directs and see, like, you know, the next time they announce N64 games, will Banjo-Tooie be among them? Seems eminently possible to me. Eminently possible. 2 checkpoints, actually. Cool. This is just a coin, or just a thing, yeah. Ooh. Okay. This is the hard part here. Okay, good. We're good. I think we're golden now. Oh, wow. Why did he despawn? Oh, he didn't despawn. It's just... He was spawned by the pipe, or by the cannon. The bullet bill launcher. I think we got a checkpoint. Alright. In a fashion, anyway. Checkpoints soonish, right? Like maybe through this pipe. Gotta be a checkpoint, like right here, right? Where's the checkpoint? Okay, come on. Checkpoint right through here. Okay. I think a checkpoint right above... Checkpoint's right here, right? Yes, okay, good, okay. Now we just got, we'll be going into last tries now. What? Oh, we gotta get around him. We'll be going into last tries, so, you know, we'll still have a couple of chances to do this. But, hopefully this second part and third part's gonna be, less hard anyway, so maybe we'll get through. Apparently this first part's the hardest, going to highway. That's a fun part. You always route the player in interesting ways, Highway. That's always very nice and reasonably intuitive, so long as you just go the one direction you can, and that's, you know, that'll do you. That power up, too. Oh, how about we jump, like, here first? There we go, that works. If you jump the other way, the timing doesn't work out. I think we might even get to the next checkpoint. This is going way too well. This is going very well. I feel like the next checkpoint can't be that much farther. Right? Yep, there we go. Second checkpoint. Oh, hey, we get to choose a thing. I'll take the boomerang because the boomerang is so rare. Hey, I want to do another card. Follow up on docket rework. So I mentioned this last time. I sort of want to give the docket a little bit of an overhaul. I realized recently, like on Tuesday, like, oh shit, you know, I haven't really thought about the docket since I made it, which was a while ago, you know, before like this new Mario Maker UI came around, was the docket, and you can see, like, here's what the docket looks like. It's pretty rudimentary, just like a background and some text, you know? It's just, like, good enough in a lot of cases, but I feel like we can do better. You know, and also I feel like the pixelated stuff, the pixelated edges of the docket don't really like match up with like the text and font that I use. Maybe even could have like, maybe even like the emote showcase could have a custom version of the dockets. Oh yeah, these are the emotes, Highway. And by the way, hey Highway, look at those. Those ones in particular that you called out, they're pretty much new. Well, I'll say that we used to have a different Twyla. We didn't have it. We had a different Twyla emote, but or I just call the moon guy from Mario Party 6 or whatever. But it had a word on it, and I removed the word, updated it. And also Dixie Kong, she is brand new. That's a brand new one. Yeah, Flint is there. Yeah, there's some really good ones here. Have a look at those. Anyway, the docket, I want to change it, make it a little more snazzy, like make it look a little bit more like, say, the Q does, you know? And the maker code thing down there, a little bit more slick and well put together, and not just a place for text to hang out against a solid background. Let's do this. Again, like a lot of the other things I was talking about, I don't know when I'll do it, and honestly, I don't even know for sure, like, what a good idea would be for that. My current idea is just like, yeah, I could do something where I'm picturing, like, a brushed metal. You know, something that just looks like brushed metal, and I know that, like, if I think about it more, maybe I'll think of a specific game to pull some HUD from and use that, like, does the HUD from Mario Odyssey look good? You know, like the pause menu where it's the maps. Can I do something with that? Do I want it to be light colored or should it be dark colored? Maybe it could be a dark colored docket and then a light colored text on that. You know, and I'll say like another thing about the docket, which is funny, is that you know how when we start a stream you see this thing, right? That's because it is part of the docket. It is the starting screen text is part of the docket. And honestly, it doesn't really need to be because, you know, since about a month after I started, holy fuck, this is a pipe maze. About a month after I started streaming, after using the docket, I never showed that that panel in particular outside of the starting soon screen and the break screen. So really, I could separate those out now and make it so that the information screen on the starting soon screen was its own thing, and it doesn't have to match the style of the docket. You know, that is a limitation that I can go without. I think I might have done it. I think I might have done it here, right? Maybe. Oh, key. I think we might have done it. Beautiful. Imagine if that hammer bro hit me. Oh. Oh god. Okay. Imagine if I had gotten eaten by the thing. Hey, since the timer ran out, that was all one try, so we didn't have to go to last tries. Very nice. You're right, the second half was much easier. The second and third portions. Your reaction made you and your girlfriend laugh out loud? That's nice, Highway. I didn't know you had a significant other. Or a partner. Girlfriend falls under significant other, right? That's just not for... Significant other is the whole gambit from, like, girlfriend to wife to you know, friends with benefit. Would a friend with benefit be a significant other? No, I don't think so. I think that's, you specifically do that one when you don't want it to be... You don't want that one to have a thing. You're together with a year? She usually watches streams with you? Oh, I didn't know that. That's nice. Hello, Highway's girlfriend. How you doing? Alright, let me hit complete on that. Happy for you. Then we'll do the next one. Lord Bowser is up again. Lord Bowser, please confirm. you know how to do. Meanwhile, I'll do another card. I want a nicer counter. What does this mean? You might be thinking countertops. No, what I mean is during the Wednesday stream, which was like I said a birthday stream, I did like 33 strawberries in Celeste, and the way I wanted to do it was to just have a page open, a Chrome page open that has like a simple counter, and I click to make it go up and down or whatever, and put that against like chroma key that out a little bit and have that be on screen. But I realized during that oh, it actually I can't figure out a way to get it like an outline or a shadow or something just using the things that are available to me. So I was kind of I thought about it, and eventually I just made a background for it, like a backing panel for it, which looked, I think, a little bit awkward. I mean, it was fine, but I think I can do better. And what I was thinking is it wouldn't be that much work to to literally just make versions of baked up do hey, Rain Clouds 88 is the girlfriend in question, not a gamer, but you enjoy watching. Oh, that's fantastic. Like to hear it. No one has to be a gamer to watch, I will say. Anyway, the way that it'll work is the way I will get it working is basically I could make an image of each number and have it have a baked-in shadow, and then I can use a slideshow that goes from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and just have it so that those numbers each work that way. And I guess I could even do it where it could be like custom numbers. Like I could do like, oh yeah, we're doing the world on this. I could do like, if I wanted to do a stream where I was using like Mario Party numbers or something, I could just make a version of just make images of each number and just switch out the folder that it was looking for the numbers in, and then it would hopefully do them in order, basically. And it would be pretty straightforward to set up every stream that I wanted to do that on. So that is an idea that I had before, during setting up the stream, but didn't have time to implement that this time. But maybe in the future I'll have it where it's nice and custom and not necessarily the same as the last couple of times I've done things with a counter. Let's go. Let's do the level. All right. So I take it, Rain Cloud, you don't play the levels yourself then. I'll say that's something that I haven't really had the chance to experience, having someone. I haven't had that myself either, someone in the room with me who's just someone to play test my levels other than myself. Usually if I'm watching someone else play it, it's another streamer, and it's usually after when it's released. Wouldn't mind that though. I think that'd be. I say I wouldn't mind that. That'd be something that would be nice to have. I mean, look, I guess, I've mentioned before, I'm attending, I'm sure I mentioned earlier, I'm attending a wedding this weekend. I guess when weddings come around, it is natural to think about oh, what romance and stuff. Oh shit, which I just don't know where I would find the time for such things. I spend a lot of time just, playing games, streaming, watching anime. And there's lots of things that I just don't have time for right now. And if I were to find time for anything, probably the best thing would be exercise actually. That would be first. You know what, I'm not gonna say the second thing, but just in case. But What was I gonna say? Don't worry about it. If there was a second thing, it'd be like, you know, looking for opportunities. You know, that would be the thing that would really, like, be a good thing to do, but I don't know. You played a couple at my friends on their Switch. Did not do well, so it was first attempt and we'll learn. Gotcha. Very nice level, Lord Bowser. Obviously, I've gone through the Super World before, but it's still very nice to do so. I would, at some point. You know, I kind of wish that, like, you know, it'd be cool if I could put my Switch in front of, like, hey, you know, I don't know, like, my sister, my kind of just feeling out the term brother-in-law. Shit. I'm gonna have a brother-in-law. That's weird. Never had a brother-in-law. Brother-in-law. If I could put my Switch in front of, like, my future brother-in-law, soon-to-be brother-in-law, and watch him play through it, or watch my sister play through it, I think that'd be cool, but I don't know if they're really, like, interested in the Mario. Like, that'd be a thing I could do. I don't know. I think he mostly plays, like, shooters and stuff. My future brother-in-law. Don't usually do the platformer so much. What's the next one? Let's see. And also, hey, it's been about an hour since viewer level started. After the next level will be the lightning round. How about that? The Vitruvian Man. Vitruvian Man. That's how you say that, right? Vitruvian Man. Is that like the Manchurian Man is like the sleeper agent guy, right? I think I've heard the name before. Vitruvian Man. I don't know what it is. Let me add the Vitruvian Man. See if he is available. At the Vitruvian Man, you are up. I'll do another card while I'm typing this in. I'm waiting. Did you hear about Mortal Kombat 1? Yeah, they announced that they're doing another Mortal Kombat game. It's called Mortal Kombat 1, which is weird because it's actually Mortal Kombat 13, but I guess they didn't want to call it that. It's unlucky and all. And also, they did do a thing at the end of the last game where they reset the timeline, so it does make sense from a plot perspective. I do think it is weird to do Mortal Kombat, no number, which is actually MK9 if you look at it like from a serious perspective. Then MK10, MK11. Oh, actually, I guess it's maybe 12. Is this 12? Who knows, right? To do 9, 10, to do Mortal Kombat, no number, 10, 11, 1. Like, wait, you did one 3 ago. 3 ago was 1. That was 1, and also was a reboot as well. You're just gonna reboot like 3 games later? Okay, whatever. To be fair, it looks like they're doing like different plot stuff with it. You know, it's not just the same plot as the first game. They're changing it up. You know, it just takes place at the time of the first game. It's not really quite that so much a reboot as much as the original one was. Which, sure, okay. I guess, you know, the thing was the timeline sort of got away from them, and they kind of just wanted to turn back the clock and have everyone be alive again, and have everyone be young again, and also the combat kids, I guess, are gone. I guess I'll play that, you know, I'll say I enjoyed the last couple of those games. The plots have always been good, though, you know, I think 10 was the most forgettable of them. 11 was pretty great. I liked 11 a lot. Switch performance aside, I will say this time, if I get it, I'll get it on Xbox rather than on Switch. If they do another Switch version, God, what are they even doing? Like, just don't. I'll say this about the Switch version of MK11. At the very least, it ran consistently. It ran at a consistent frame rate. it just looked like ass outside of cutscenes, you know, which is not good. I don't see a Vitruvian man, so I'm gonna put him into sudden death, and I'm gonna go. All right. Oh, this is. That was cool as hell. God damn. That's quite the way to start a level. Woo! This kind of reminds me of Tropical Freeze, the level that forms as you play it, you know? Except it's maybe a little more neat than that, even. I mean, it's not as fast as that. Like, that happens, like, instantly because, you know, it kind of can happen ahead of you, but, you know, even having to wait a second for it to trigger, it's a cool effect. I also like how it populates the area with enemies as it's forming, because they're popping out of coin blocks. That's just clever, like, God. Like, wow. I'm really liking all the ways that these holes are just carved into these walls. Like, goddamn, Vitruvian man, ah. That's great. I guess, you know, I'll say, like, that's not one. My plans for the super world are all set in, but, you know, I'll probably continue to make some levels after that, you know, after the super world is done. A level like this, like, forms ahead of you, you know, like, as you play it, is just a really fun, you know, idea, you know, that's easy to work with, you know? Okay, what's the deal here? Just crawling and walking. Must have been hard to set up too, because yeah, you just have to fill up all the spaces with stuff, and you know, you must have to do a bunch of planning to make it like all work right, and to, you know, you probably try it once and it's like, oh, the guy spawns and then gets killed by the thing. So actually move it a little bit and then there it works now. Or spawns into a wall. Oh, that's not good, you know. There's the end. That was fantastic, Vitruvian man. I appreciate it. I enjoyed it a lot. Great work. Okay, like I said, it's time to go into the lightning round now. Let's go ahead and hit complete on that level. And hit next to see who's up next. Alter Walter is up next. Alter, go ahead and confirm. The chatbot seems to think you're not here. I'm gonna even say you are up. Let me do this. Let me get up the lightning round stuff, because it's time for the lightning round. Folks, it's time for that thing I just said 2 seconds ago. That is to say, the lightning round. During the lightning round, I only have 5 tries to beat each level that comes my way, refreshing at checkpoints, and extra for subs, you know. Subs get 7 for subs, and also for the first person up. The extra heads, they come in a variety of fun forms. You can see there, if I just shuffle them up a bit, they come in like Wario and variety of Mario characters, and some that are not Mario characters. Those non-Mario ones, they are more infrequent, you know. You're less likely to get them, so rarer, you know. What's going on here? The box up. There it is. So I'm going to pull up this box, and then I'm going to hit it again to stop the roulette. Here. Luigi. We got Luigi for Alter for Walter, though. If Alter for Walter is not here, we will give the bonus heads to the next person who is here. So Alter for Walter, keep that in mind. And we'll just keep the heads the same, you know, for the actual person. That sounds good, if that sounds fair. H7G. This was made in 1 hour, is the name of this level. I could do another card if I want to buy Alter for Walter like a second. Well, that's impressive. That's impressive, right? You know what? I'll give Alter for Walter 1 card. Buy a little bit of time. Did you hear that Overwatch 2 PvE was canceled? Yeah. So the PvE was supposed to be like the main thing that made Overwatch 2 Overwatch 2. And instead of delivering it this half of this year, they instead said, we're going back to the drawing board. It kind of sucked. The whole leveling up out of combat or like having like perks and stuff, yeah, that never felt good or worked or anything. So yeah, never mind on all that stuff, which, you know, you hear that and you go like, that was kind of the whole selling point of Overwatch 2. The reason why you couldn't just make Overwatch 2 be Overwatch 1 or Overwatch 1 be Overwatch 2. We're gonna start, and I'm gonna put into sudden death. Perfect. That was kind of the whole like pitch of Overwatch 2. Just like, oh yeah, we're doing like a big elaborate single player thing. It'll be like co-op. It'll be like a whole campaign, and oh, it'll have all these nice systems. And apparently, like, nah, it's just gonna be kind of the same as before. One-off missions that are like okay, you know. And that's it. Honestly, I was pretty like, you know, with Overwatch 2, I'll say like it's still Overwatch, and Overwatch is still fun. They just made it a little bit worse in places, and also they made it a little bit worse in places while also they made it a little bit worse. And also, they made it perform worse on my PC, which, you know, that kind of sucks because, you know, fuck. My PC, you know, I guess it is pretty old by this point. It's like, I got it around the time Overwatch 1 came out. But, like, considering that, also I now see the indicator of the line this goes down. Considering that, like, I built this PC to play Overwatch 1, the fact that I can no longer play Overwatch on it because Overwatch 2 is a different game and with different specs, that sucks to me, right? Like, oh, they just did a sequel seemingly for the main reason of making it run worse on my machine. Great. That's just what I wanted. I just wanted worse performance for me. Oh, and take the one away that works well. Just get rid of it. Great. That's fantastic. Gone. Anyway. I don't fucking know what they're gonna do, Blizzard. You know. Seems to me like anyone at Blizzard already left. And they're already at their own studios doing their own things. So, like, you know, I hear people are saying good things about Diablo 4. But, you know, other than that, is anything coming together for Blizzard these days? Or do you just look at them and go like, yeah, they're a shell of who they once were? Like, honestly, Microsoft, if you're looking at Blizzard at being like one of the best points of the acquisition, like, yeah, they're not as good as they used to be, honestly. They're just a ball of really good IPs now. Bowser, you're up. I bet Bowser is here, yeah? Bowser, you added that between us starting that last level and you know, doing the thing, so I'm sure you'll pipe in a second. There you are with an emote. That's quite lovely. Oh yeah, that's the one lady going like hello or something. I think it's one of the basic ones. I don't know the basic Twitch emotes that much. Don't know them. Hey, let's talk about another thing then. Did you hear about Disney Plus removing shows? Disney Plus is doing that thing that like HBO Max did, or I guess they're just called Max now. Doing that thing that HBO Max did a while ago, which is just removing shows in order to get some sort of like tax break or some shit. I hear that shit and I go like, oh, fuck this. You know? Like, it doesn't even matter to me that these are all shows that no one's ever heard of. You know, and I'll say like, yeah, I've never heard of any of these shows. In some cases, there's just like documentaries or like special features for like movies that were pretty good. You know, like, oh, it's the making of, I don't know, the making of. I think I saw someone saying that one of them was about the making of like Little Mermaid or something. It's like, okay, sure, that sounds cool. But even if they're ones that you know, no one's ever heard of, it still sucks to have it so that like, you know, to just remove content from a service that they own strictly because, like, oh, it'll get us some fucking tax break or some shit, or we'll have to pay the people who made it a little bit less, right? Like, that sucks, and that feels like it's that feels like it's against the whole nature of like streaming entertainment, right? Like, if Netflix did that, and Netflix started saying like, hey,
Oh,
we're
no.
removing things that we already paid to have made, right? If they started removing originals, and I'll say also, by the way, in some cases these are originals. These don't exist anywhere else legally that they are removing, so they are just like deleting them from existence in doing this. If Netflix had done this before them, there would be like fucking shit storms everywhere. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. I know technically, actually, Netflix has done this in a couple cases, specifically having to do with the Little Witch Academia movies, because they got replaced with the Little Witch Academia. It's okay, Alter for Walter. We finished it and got through. It was very nice. Didn't we? I think we did. Yes, I hit complete. Okay. No problem, Alter for Walter. I understand things happen. Maybe you got really caught up in Zelda or something like that. I don't blame you. I've gotten really caught up in Zelda these days. Asterisk, they have done this on occasion. Netflix has as well, but I feel like, you know, it's so egregious when this shit happens. Just like, to the point where I would say like, yeah, I would say like, I think if this is a consequence of some sort of weird tax law, I think that law should be changed. Change it. Make it so that they have to pay more if they do that. You know, if they take something that didn't exist and just remove it from existence, you know? Just make it completely unavailable. Because that's fucked up. You know? Why should it work like that? If someone takes something that they made and just makes it, like, disappear from the internet, they shouldn't get, like, to make more money because of that. You should only make more money by putting out more things and making the service a better deal. You know, it's sort of the thing, right? Of, like, you know, there's two ways to make money. You can either, like, make a better product and get more people to buy it, or you can cut corners and hope that less people don't, you know, hope that hope that people don't buy it less, you know? Hope that people don't unsubscribe in the numbers that would make that a losing proposition. But, or you can lay people off. That's like the third. That's similar. That goes with cutting corners. Is that? But, you know, I don't like those strategies though for making more money. Just like laying people off, fucking deleting things from the world. That sucks. That's bad. Shouldn't be allowed. Should be penalized if they do it. That's what I think. They should pay more in taxes than they would to the creators that originally did that. If they like delete original stuff, or they should at the very least, put it out on DVD. They have to put it out on DVD if they want to do like just remove it from a service. They can't have it just be on there and then just be gone. I think that's fucked up. Especially, you know, also from a preservation angle, you know? I don't know. Thank you for the level, Bowser. Go ahead and hit complete on that. Oh, that was a mega code, so, you know, I don't need to do that, but whatever. Another thing that would be nice if I had a Stream Deck, I think I could probably set it up so that I just had, like, I just hit a button and that did the complete and the next like commands rather than maybe having to type it in every time. And that would also mean that I wouldn't be able to like do a typo on it on occasion. Alter for Walter is up next. Alter for Walter already said something just now, so it's good. Let me do another one. Did you see they're shutting down the Star Wars Hotel? I don't know if y'all knew about the Star Wars Hotel, but it was a hotel at Disney World. World, right? World's the bigger one, right? I'm not 100. I'm not one. It's the one in Orlando. The Disney Resort in Orlando had a Star Wars. It is. Is it in Orlando? I think it's in Orlando. Actually, you know what? It could be in Harley, as far as I know. I guess I never really thought about it. There's like a Star Wars park at each of those places, right? LA and also Florida. I think it's in Orlando, but point is, it's being shut down on account of being way too expensive for anyone to ever get and go to, and people, you know, people weren't going to it. It was like 1,200. I forget if it's 1,200 a night or 1,200 for 2 nights, but in either case, that is absurd. Basically, the idea was it was more of a role-playing experience than a 12 challenges, red coin needed, let's go. More of a role-playing experience than like a actual hotel that you stay at and then you go to like the parks. In fact, you don't actually go to the parks that much when you're at these hotels. Instead, you just had a whole itinerary of like role-playing stuff to do at the hotel. Norty with W64 saying, Walter? Yeah, that's Alter for Walter. That's right. That is the name of the person whose levels I'm playing right now. Look here, a rainstorm. I take it y'all know each other. You meet again. Probably from other streams of Mario Maker, I would imagine. That's a try. That's a life. Anyway, that whole like park, that whole hotel is being shut down. I think how it worked is that it was just all roleplay stuff, right? You did just a bunch of roleplay at the hotel, and then there was like one day where you went to the parks and rode the Star Wars rides or something. You know, specifically the Star Wars area. You didn't get to go to like to the other parks. You didn't get to go to like Epcot or anything. Just strictly just strictly the Star Wars area. I think they should probably reopen that and just do it as a regular hotel. You know what I mean? It's not complicated to do a hotel at a theme park, and you can even do a themed one without it being weird, you know? I was wondering if that was going to be good enough. You know, just have it so that you pay, like, a couple $100 a night, right? You get access to the park like you do with any theme park hotel. You know, all that is included. And maybe if you stay at the Star Wars one, you get, like, some sort of express pass thing for, like, the main ride. Maybe it's a little bit more expensive than the normal thing. Not like hundreds and hundreds of dollars more. You know. I say this as someone who's not really a Disney person. I've been to Universal a couple of times recently, but you know, I like Universal more. That's more my speed, you know. I like the thrill rides. I like the roller coasters. And I like parks that have like a lot of roller coasters per area, you know. And I've looked at like going to like, you know, say spending a day at Disney, right? On like a Universal trip, and it just never makes sense because they have like 4 parks, and you know, you probably can't just do like one day all 4 parks. That's not how it works, you know, as much as you might like it to work that way. Shit, that was close. You lost your NSO and can't remember your codes. Nordy, just that one? No problem. That is fine. Whatever you just submitted is good. I think this is like the... I feel like I already fucked up. I should turn around. Okay. Yes. And also, I will note we can turn around if we fuck up early enough. And give it another go. Yes! Good. Okay. Oh, is this like a... Oh, I see. Because of the low gravity, you can jump on your own POW block. That's fun. You can do some fun stuff with the low gravity in the for at least for enemies in that theme. GG says Alter. Yeah, I guess that was the end then. Thank you for the level of Alter for Walter. That was fantastic. That was great. Let's go ahead and re-up our lives for the next person. I already liked it the first time I tried it. So let's just go ahead, get up the next thing. Honestly, as far as Orlando parks go that aren't Universal, for me, the one I want to go to is SeaWorld because it sounds like they have like a good, nice collection of like thrill rides and roller coasters. Like they have like 6 coasters all in one park. And that is like, you know, well, it's nothing compared to like a Six Flags. But it's like as many coasters as Universal has. Though that Universal also has like a lot of like, you know, dark rides and screen rides and all that as well. You know, it's a much more. I'll say that, you know, SeaWorld can't really compare to Universal quite so much on like dollar per dollar, but for like a day trip or like a excursion on a bigger Universal trip, I would really love to find a day to do SeaWorld. Like, I think that'd be a lot of fun. Okay, did I already hit complete? I didn't. Here we go. There we go, complete and next. It's not a surprise that Star Wars hotel is closing, considering that, like, it sounded like a nightmare, and it was super expensive, and also, you know, look, I think it's a very limited market. You know, the kind of like Star Wars person who is just like specifically wants to role play rather than go to a theme park, you know. And if they do want to role play, do they really want to pay $1,200 for the experience? Maybe not, honestly. Norty, go ahead and confirm. Go ahead and confirm. If you don't confirm, we still play the level, but you know, we get more tries if you do. I'm gonna do another card while I type this in. Been playing Tears of the Kingdom. Oh yeah, obviously that was a big part of my my Wednesday stream. There you go, Norty. You're good. Yeah, all you have to do is say something to confirm. It's not like a whole. Maybe I should put that into the chat box. Actually, that's not bad. Anyway, game's fantastic. Easy to just play it and just lose track of time and do nothing else in the night but play Tears of the Kingdom. Like, goddamn, that game's been phenomenal. Played a lot of it last night before and after going to see Fast 10. Actually, I don't know how you're supposed to read that Fast and Furious movie's name. And I'll tell you, even like before this stream, you know, we start the stream at 6 p.m. Central, so I had like a half hour there before I had to get the stream set up. And I'll tell you, I did boot up Tears of the Kingdom and did a little more exploring in that time. It's sick. I'm looking forward to like getting further in, maybe seeing more main quest content, discovering like whatever else there is to discover in this game. Exclamation puzzles. No trolls in this level, by the way. Cool. Very nice. I'll say one more thing related to Tears of the Kingdom. Here's a little pro tip. When you Ultra Hand, if you do like LZ, you know, like the trigger, you do LZ, it'll level up your piece and make it flat. So, you know, if you're ever doing a thing where you're trying to like if you're trying to like get it flat, you know, if you're trying to get it flat, right, and you're just throwing like, okay, I gotta rotate it and rotate it this way and that way to get it like all leveled up. You don't need to do any of that. Just hit LZ. And that's just really, really nice to know. Not really a Zelda fan, Northy. Too bad. I love Zelda. Well, I say that. Some of the Zeldas in the middle there, like between Wind Waker and Breath of the Wild, were like kind of just okay at best, you know, like I would say that Twilight Princess is like a pretty good, maybe like a 4 out of 5. Skyward Sword is is very, very bloated. Maybe more of a 3 out of 5. But before that and after that, those are just some of my favorite games of all time. You know, Breath of the Wild was phenomenal. Majora's Mask is in my top 5. Wind Waker is a phenomenal game as well. Even with all its issues, I still love Wind Waker to death. As far as issues, I mean like the Triforce Quest, all that. The Triforce Quest isn't good even in Wind Waker HD, but, you know, you can just play that game up to the Triforce Quest and just stop playing, and you still get, like, a phenomenal game and a phenomenal experience, right? Like, that's kind of enough Wind Waker to whet my appetite and to satisfy me. That's crazy that it's been almost a year since first chat. Really, Alter for Walter. Yeah, it's been a while. Been streaming myself for like a year and a half now, roundabout. Yeah, so it was like November of 2021. So yeah, like 18 months roundabout. Let's play this level. You've made Link levels in Super Mario Maker 2. I guess that's close. That's the closest that Northy has come. Okay. What are we doing? This looks like just a regular ass level. I like how each of these is just like, you know, gives you a... You stop them and you don't know what's gonna happen, I guess, is the thing. And something interesting is gonna happen in each case. Well, maybe not, you know, stomping it every time. I bet we'll see something cool, though. Can we get up there? Can. Yeah, we can. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention. I should. It's kind of in the middle of a thing. Malik the God 555. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. You weren't really supposed to do that? Shit. Oh, also, this is a... Can I ground pound from... There we go. Oh, God! Oh. That wasn't what I was supposed to do either, huh? Okay, noted. That's maybe gonna soft lock it, potentially, if we end up doing that again. I'll try to play it normal style. It's always good to put your level in front of someone. That box would have been a door. Oh, are you supposed to come from the other side then? You ran out of, so it's an exit basically. That's supposed to be exit only up there. Gotcha. What's this gonna do? Eh? Eh? Oh. One more. Okay. And here's how we're supposed to get to it. I will say that the way this works is that you have to get this while you're here, right? Like, otherwise you're gonna be locked out, you know? Because this is an exit. A little awkward, but I guess you're right. You did have a parts limit to deal with. Could also have like a, you could have also just put it up there. Like that whole segment could be like up there or something. You know, like above and then drop out into it. Hard to say. You know, there's multiple ways of doing everything. Whoops. I didn't mean to activate it like that. Is that gonna be a problem? Activating it like that? Oh shit! The P door. I forgot that it activates. The boomerang activates the key switches. I think we're hosed here because we can't go back there. You know, there's no, there's only one way out of that room, which is that. So, restart. Okay, let's try number 2. Top one first. Okay, I'll do another card while we're catching up to where we were. Thinking about checking out the Street Fighter 6 beta since I've heard it's accessible. I've heard that Six Flags, Street Fighter, same abbreviation, you know. Street Fighter 6. I hear that it has a very accessible like new mode or whatever. I've never played any Street Fighter game, though I have played other fighting games like, you know, Mortal Kombat, for instance. I played that one. And I was gonna say I don't play fighting games, but, you know, originally when I was thinking about this, I was thinking like, I don't play fighting games, and then I realized like, well, I played Mortal Kombat, I played Persona Royale, I played like maybe a couple others. I kind of do play fighting games, a couple of them, and Smash Brothers if it counts. I played tons of Smash Brothers. That's a platforms fighter. It's a little distinct. Random question: why is Sonic 1 not on the thing, not on Nintendo Switch PSO? You know, I don't know the answer to that. You're gonna have to ask Nintendo. I'm sure they're gonna. I say I'm sure. I bet they will add it eventually if it helps. No, I definitely like would see any game like that where it's like one of their all-time like, you know, all-time best games. I'm sure they're looking at that going like, yeah, eventually we're gonna put it on. Okay. Got this thing. I bet it'll come eventually. So yeah, so I'll say like I am kind of busy this weekend. I know that the open beta is this week, and I don't know if you can just like download it. Hello, Mokulis. Let me read the name properly. How are you, Mokulis? I'm doing well. My birthday was earlier this week. Got a lot of. We did good on that stream. That we met our one of the sub goals we were going for, and it was really nice to do and full of lots of fun stuff. So I'm still feeling pretty well off that. And also looking forward to this weekend, which again, no Monday stream this weekend. I'm gonna be busy with family events and stuff. Good events, good things. You know. Very good. Ooh. Very nice level, Northy. I'm gonna hit complete, and then we'll see who's up next. Yeah, it's gonna be a nice weekend, I hope. I got Monday off. I'm taking it off. Hello, Malik the God. How you doing? You followed earlier. Very nice. Go ahead and hit next. Get the next level up. You were lurking? Hell yeah. It's good to lurk. Sometimes I lurk on streams. I use them for like, you know, that's a nice like, Toadette. That's a nice Toadette emote, Alter. Would you like an easy or a hard? How about we start with an easy and then we'll work our way up to hard. If you so please. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I sometimes I do lurk. Yeah, when I'm playing like a video game or if I'm like cooking or doing laundry or something. Twitch streams are great for those things. And obviously you can't cook and chat at the same time. Or at any rate, it's very hard. Very hard to do that. Or if you're playing like Tears of the Kingdom or something, yeah, I can understand why you'd be preoccupied. You'd be lurking. It's good to lurk. I don't mind it. Who does mind? Honestly. I don't, I would hope that no one would be weird about like, oh, why you gotta lurk? No, is that I mean, I don't think I've seen anyone be weird about it. You know what? I bet people are weird about it somewhere. But also I don't see it for myself. Mario can still do mini games. Let's go. This one looks nice. 5 tries on the board, let's go. This is the lightning round, by the way. Towards the end of every Mario Maker viewer level stream that I do, the last couple levels are in lightning round mode, where we only have a limited amount of tries to do each level, refreshing at checkpoints. It's just a bit of fun, don't worry about it. And I'll say something that I always say, which is that, this is spot the difference. This one, wait, do they all have coins? Yes, they do. Oh, the one on the right is yellow. What was I saying? I'll say this, which is that it's all in good fun. If I cannot beat a level tonight as part of this mode, don't take that to mean that you can't resubmit it. You could resubmit it tonight. You could resubmit like, oh wow, that's smart. Wait, there was a mushroom? Was there a mushroom? Was there a mushroom I wasn't getting? You can resubmit it like right away. You can resubmit it in a fashion in a future stream. Whatever y'all want to do, don't take me failing to mean that you cannot, that the level is gonzo. It's just a way to keep things moving and to give us a little bit of a challenge to go through it. Go through a little challenge for the stream, I like what you did there with the spike ball. It was destroying the hammers, making a little hole for you. So even if they like just even if they like tried to saturate the whole area with hammers such that you wouldn't be able to dodge, there would be a hole in the hammers due to the spike balls. That's really smart design right there. Alter, I'll ask you this. Does it work every time? Does it work like, no matter how many times you try it, there will be a hole invariably? That's neat. Feel like there's been a few more stormy levels recently. Maybe, I am not sure if that's coincidence or it's because earlier there was a little bit of a hailstorm thing going on. And then I did say, hey, if you have like levels that are related to hail, that'd be cool. That'd be on theme. I will say I do like, when these VODs go up on YouTube now, I do give them a name. And I would, I guess when I'm streaming now, at least for the viewer level streams, I am always in the back of my head thinking like, what will this thing be called? What will this thing be called? Something needs to happen here that gives it a name. And probably the hailstorm is going to give this one its name. That was, probably it. Probably the moment. So, like, anything else that sort of ties into that, it'd be like, oh, that'll be like, oh, it'll be on point and it'll make sense. But also, is it a little forced if I ask for that or say, like, yeah, if you want to be on theme for this VOD, it'll, just submit this kind of level. Is it forced? I don't know. Is it okay to be forced? I guess sometimes, there's not going to be something so obvious and I'm just going to have to put, like, something funny I said as the title, Maybe I just don't need to worry about it so much. Maybe I just need to put down like a quote or something that I said here that I probably didn't say in another stream, right? Like, not that hard, perhaps. Monoclus is up next, and Monoclus just said something. Let's go. Also with the storms. With the again, with the coincidences. Yeah, one of these levels... And also, I'll tell you, like, one of these levels is going to be the thumbnail. You know. This one's pretty good, actually. I kind of like this one. The Super Mario Bros. 3 storm aesthetic is nice. The lightning looks pretty cool. Maybe it could be, like, a shot where the lightning is like, at its brightest. Is it lightning? Just, let's call it lighting rather than lightning. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like you don't see, like, when you think of this archetype, you think of, at least at night, you think of, like, the dark color palette, and you forget that the lighter one exists. So I think maybe it would look cool. Look at that, one try, let's go. Thank you for level sorry, I'm bad at reading names sometimes. Moculus. Locus. Thank you. Let's go ahead and hit complete, and then right now I believe there's none other in the queue. We're about 2.5 hours in, nearly 2.5 hours in. I got a number more cards to show and to talk about. So we're not immediately going to end, but why don't I play one of my own levels and buy y'all some time to get some in there. So I'm just going to pull up one that is like, you know what, we'll be on theme. Find one that's like storm. You know what, actually, Ne'er-Do Nebula is my most recent level, and it's also, the outside is a, is this storm aesthetic, you know, the airship night. And it's sort of set in a nebula, so it sort of makes sense. This one, during the first half, you have to, you know, they say you have to. You don't have to, but you can kill all these guys if you so please. And they're set up such that they only take one hit to do so, which I think is really novel. It's really cool. These two are just, strictly speaking, completely optional. You can just jump over their little pits entirely if you wanted to. But I like going in and killing them. No, we'll do it by lightning round rules. Again, queue is open. Y'all want to get some in, but if y'all don't have any right now, I'm happy to just play a couple of mine that are like on theme. And I'll say I have lots of great ones. By the way, the intended thing here is to actually wait for the boo thing to go, but you can also just jump through, and look, I know this level very well. I'm confident I can jump through every time and be good. And I did set it up so that it would be obvious that you could jump through, but, you know, maybe not something you'll necessarily do unless, you know, you got the knack for it, you know, or like after some tries or whatever, you know. I always think it's good in the level to have design where, like, on subsequent times through the level, you can play it faster, you know? Like, the first time you can play it nice and cautiously, but the second time there's, like, room to speed it up and to, like, go through the elements faster and, you know, make use of all the time you spent, like, learning the level and shit. This is the boss fight of this level. Basically, you have to go above or below Bowser repeatedly and go down a level each time. For this first phase, anyway. And there's various setup here. Various setup, that's a weird thing to say about it. Oh, fuck, I forgot! I took away the spring that springs him back. So now you can just, like, jump over him if he's nearby you. This level went through some iteration, you know, as most levels do, but, you know, this one, I'll say in general, the clear rate is still a touch lower than I would maybe look for. I'm not sure how people have taken to it, even the new version. Hello, Cuffle Up. Cuffle Let's Play, maybe. Cuffle LP. How you doing? So here's the fight against Bowser, the final phase of it. Now you have to go left and right repeatedly to like do damage on Bowser and to you know, to get these shells. You get one set of them each time, and you also get some items if you like go below the thing, go below the stage, you know. The first time you get 2 shell, you get 1 shell. Subsequent times you can get up to 2. You do it right, and then these guys drop in a fire flower and a thing, and you can then whoopsie daisy. You can then fireball Bowser to death. That was only added in the most recent iteration of this level. I think it really speeds it up. Is this one familiar, or are you imagining things? You might have seen it before. If you've seen this channel before, I sometimes show it off. This is one of my own levels, you see. But also I have, on occasion, dropped into other streamers, you know, chats and shit and give it to them, you know, in order to give feedback. It has been a while since I did that. And also, I really should do that with this version. Get some more action. Its ratio is not the best as far as, like, plays the likes, though. I think plays can be like, boosted up by people replaying the level, right? In theory? Maybe it's a little too frustrating. That would be my armchair analysis. And then again, this one is a similar clear rate. No, actually, that's not true. This one is... yeah, it's only 6%. What the fuck? That seems a little low. That level's not that hard. And a much better, like, ratio. Well, not that much better, actually. You know what? This one is about the same. Maybe that's about par, actually. You know, just needs to get... maybe that's about par, actually. 1 out of 5 is about par, I would say. And that is... yeah, about 1 out of 5. Oh, you know what? It's fine. It's about par with the rest of them. Thank you for the level. I'm going to do one more of my own, and then I'll do some more levels from y'all. Just let that build up a little bit. Let me find another level that's like Storm. That's like a storm. And I'll do another card here. This one's about Marvel Snap. Been playing Marvel Snap. Just got Dazzler and Shadow King, but I haven't used them. I'll say, you know, I've been busy with Tears of the Kingdom, but also those 2 cards, they're cards that just got dropped to, like, Series 3, which means that they're less rare. But also they're cards that no one ever wanted in the first place, you know? They're cards that no one ever liked, and they're not very good. So, you know, the fact that they're now, like, free and shit doesn't really matter to me. You know, the fact that I have them, they're not really that useful, and I did get a couple of tokens for them just for free, so, you know, just from, like, upgrading my... just from, like, you get some tokens just for free by doing the collection stuff. So I might even never have to use these ones, actually, if I think about it, which kind of feels like a shame. You know, even if they're bad cards, I should probably make them work. And also, to be fair, I don't know that Dazzler is of that bad of a card. It's okay. It's fine. It's just not as good as most other cards, and Shadow King is kind of just a worse Valkyrie, I would say. Even if it's cheaper, it's still a worse Valkyrie. And I don't know there's really much you can do with it, honestly. Would be a good one to show as far as storm stuff goes. Capstone Cyclone is about a storm. It even has storm in the description. That works. I will say that I mentioned last time, I mentioned this deck, this Guardians deck, which I made a change to. Sort of a basic Guardians deck based around like locking down locations and you know uh, limiting the places which they can play cards, thus getting effects off your Guardians. I added the what's her name teenage warhead. What's her name? The teenage war. It's behind. It's behind my in OBS. It's behind my chat. So Negasonic, that's her name. I add her, and I'll say like I hadn't tested it last time during the Wednesday stream. I hadn't tested it then. I have now tested it, and I think it's pretty good. I will say there was one match where I lost to someone who had Rocket, who I removed for Negasonic, who also was playing the same deck pretty much, except they had Rocket. But I still think basically they played Gamora Rocket on the last turn, whereas I just had to play Gamora alone, and they got some more points off it, some more power off it, you know. But I do think it's very useful, you know. It works the same way as like a Cosmo does, and with this deck I can often have priority, so if I play this on the last turn, I can use it to really just whatever lane is left that I want to contest, I can make it so that any card they add to it gets destroyed, which is really nice. And just a good addition to the whole deck. Also works well with Professor X, because Professor X, when I play that, would not destroy that one. Oops. So this level, you run against the storm here, going from right to left, and then you get a thing, and then you fly back with the storm, and it's nice and easy. Also, you got these moles here just going from, you know, platform to platform here. Lanes. Is the game like Artifact? It is kind of like Artifact. It's like Artifact but good. Or like Gwent but good. If you haven't checked out Marvel Snap, it is phenomenal. I love it. It's really great. It's made by the guy. It's made by Ben Brode. If you know Hearthstone, he was the guy behind the best years of Hearthstone, you know, the original stuff. He was the best, like, he was a really cool, like, manager guy for that. Face of the thing. You're a Lord of the Rings fan? I'll non-sequitur there, I guess. I don't know Lord of the Rings myself. That's not my jam, but... Legends of Runeterra. I'm not familiar with it, actually. I thought you meant Lord of the Rings. But it's really great if you're... basically, let me... You know, for those who don't know, and Kufe doesn't know, apparently, let me explain how Marvel Snap works. I'll explain how Marvel Snap works for you. Basically, you have... it's a 6-turn game. Every game lasts 6 turns, or 7, if a certain location is in play. And there's 3 locations, and you're trying to win 2 out of 3 of them by having more power at them than anyone else, than your opponent, you know? And one of the things that's really cool about that is that the 3 locations, they have, like, random effects and shit, too. Like, one of them might say, like, oh, battle cry, or on reveal effects, let me phrase it right. On reveal, it's short games, yeah, it's like 3-minute games. It's fantastic for just, like, getting in a game real quickly. Lots of short games. And also, like, your turn and the enemy turns are simultaneous. So, you, like, reveal simultaneously. So it's even faster than it might sound, even. Really, really short, really, really, like, satisfying to go through. And the 2 things that are cool about Marvel Snap, if you don't know. 2 things that are cool about it. One, there's each location it has, like, a random effect and stuff that you have to play around in addition to playing around your enemy, right? So, like, one location might be, on reveal effects, activate twice. Another effect might be, you cannot play cards on this location after turn 4. You know, on turns 5 or 6, basically, you cannot play on this location. Or it might be, like, put a card in your hand into play. Or it might be even something more random, like, replace your deck... Replace the deck of each player with 10 random cards. How free to play is it? So, I'll say the other cool thing about it is that there's a snapping system where, like, basically every game you can, like, double down and be like, snap, which is to say, like, instead of playing for 1 cube, we're now playing for 2. if the enemy does not retreat immediately. So you can sort of do a little bit of a like poker, like, you know, double downing basically in it. And the opponent can also double down, and also if you play to the end of the game, that also doubles it. So you can play from anywhere from 1 cube to 8 cubes, which is pretty cool, and makes it feel like really strategic, you know? As for how free to play it is, it's actually really, really good in that respect, insofar as, like, you basically cannot... You can only accelerate how fast you get cards with money, basically. There's a season pass every month that's $10 that'll get you one card that is, like, exclusive to the battle pass for that month. But it's only one card that's exclusive, and other than that, you're just getting, like, more resources, which to upgrade cards, which you know, gets you cards randomly in a random order, and you can only just... Money can only make it a little bit faster, basically. You think LOR throws cards with after you? Yeah, I'll say Marvel Snap, when you're first playing it, when you haven't gotten, like, most of them, you're gonna get them pretty fast. Like, expect, like, 2 or 3 or 4 cards a week, I would say, if not more. But where I'm at right now, I have, like, all but 9 of them. So the only ones left are, like, the new ones, which are actually really rare. So it's, like, a really slow grind for me, I'll say. But I'm still getting new cards pretty often, and I'm still, you know... The challenge is, of course, they're not putting out cards all that often, just, like, 1 a week. So they can't have me get more than 1 card a week. I'd catch up. I'd have all of them. And that'd be weird. But still, I'm really enjoying it, and I would recommend y'all check it out. It's, again, by the guy what made Hearthstone. It's great. That was me telling you about a game I like a lot. It's fantastic. It's phenomenal, and a lot of cool balance, a lot of cool, like, mechanics, and it's really easy to put together a deck because each deck is only 12 cards. So it's, like, very easy to even, like, you know, to figure it out, like, what would be a cool deck, even if you're, like, not net decking, which, of course, you know, I'll say there are a lot of, like, YouTubers and channels out there that'll tell you what the really good decks are. You get 50 cards a week, including duplicates. Oh, you can't get duplicates in this game. You don't get duplicates. If you get a card, it's a new card. And there's also variants as well, which are, like, you know, just the same card with different art. Which, I personally, I don't bother with those. I just liked using the default ones because I figure if I'm going to upgrade any cards, you, like, upgrade the cards, like, visually, right? Like, you basically, say you have a card, right? Say you have a card. The first thing that happens when you upgrade it is it, like, pops out, which is to say the image pops out of the frame. The second thing that happens is it becomes 3D, so that when you, like, turn your phone around in your hand, it moves a little bit, and it looks like it has a little bit of a 3D effect on it, which is pretty cool. And, you know, there's some other ones above that, like animation. Is it just visual? Yeah, it's just visual. It's just visual, but also... I'll say this, you gotta upgrade them because when you upgrade them, you get, like, more cards. That's how you get more cards, is by upgrading the things and increasing your collection level, which I didn't realize the first time, so I was just playing for hours and hours and hours and not getting any new cards, and I was like, this is weird. What's going on here? And then I realized, I'm like, oh shit, and I got a bunch at once the first day that I played it. I'll do one more level of my own that is, like, vaguely storm related. Let's see now. How about one from before? Overcast Blast is, like, tangentially related. Burberry Bounty is a cold level. Let's see, what's good? How about one of the first sets of them? No storm here. Harvest Sediment, no storm. Beneath the Runway is like the closest, actually. I thought there were more that involved, like, some storms and some stuff. Wind. I guess there's another wind level there. We'll go with a cold level. You know what? Actually, I'll go with, You know what? I bet. Let's go with a cold level specifically. We'll go with Frigid Frigate. This is a good one. I like leveling up your champ cards in battle. I'll tell you, I'm not familiar with that one, so I can't speak to it. Anyway, just wanted to say Marvel Snap, continue to enjoy it. Having a great time putting together decks and shit. I really need to, like, actually put my new cards to use rather than just ignoring them, but, you know, with Tears of the Kingdom and all, I'm a little preoccupied at the moment. I'm just happy playing the decks that I already have that are pretty good, and maybe improving them a little here or there. So this level has a sort of... this level's, I think, one of my favorite ones, actually. I really like what I did here insofar as, like, one of my favorite levels of my own levels. With, like, playing with the pace. This level has areas where it's really fast-paced, where you have to keep moving, and areas where you have to wait for a cam ball to fire before you can jump to it. I thought it was interesting here to play with these ideas that are diametrically opposed to each other. Ones where you cannot stop for nothing, and areas where you have to stop for something. Also, showing off a cool thing, but that I didn't need, but now I'll just show it off because I do need it. If you're wondering why that question mark block is there, there's two reasons. One, it slows you down for a little bit. Well, actually, there's kind of just one reason. The first time that you play the level, you might not realize that the cans, you have to wait for them to jump across the gap. So, adding that question mark block there, I think, will slow down players' tick so that they can notice that the cannonballs are there, so that they don't just jump without thinking. And on subsequent times, they can you know, realize that it's there and they already know the cannonballs, so they're good to go. Also, you got that little fire flower that you have to work to get. I thought that was really nice and slick. I would recommend anyone checking out my Super World. It's like, there's just the last world of it to go, which is sort of the bonus world. In fact, it's called Bonus Biome, the last world is. It's the last world, it's the bonus biome, it's the lost world. The any percent is complete by this point. You know, as far as, you do beat Bowser and you do... I was about to say spoilers, but honestly, I actually did show that last level, earlier, like 3 levels ago, so... Are you into puzzle levels? I'll take a puzzle level. I don't mind it. Anyway, that's buying y'all some time. I'm gonna... Let's refresh our lives, and let's play this level from Koofy. I'm gonna make the queue all nice and big. Go, and hit next. Here's Koofy's level. Alright, we're about 2.5 hours in. I think it might be time soon to close the queue. This is a maker code, so choose anything. Gotcha. But we'll do a couple more levels before that. And also, I do have a couple more cards. Specifically, hey, check this out. Do people still call each other Mr., Miss, Mrs. last name? I don't think I've heard that since school. Did you not have one in, Malik? Yes, you can. Everyone can put a level in. Please put levels in. Absolutely put levels in. Until the queue is closed, everyone can feel free to just continue putting levels in. Absolutely. I don't think I've heard Mr., Mrs., etc. since, like, school, right? Since, like, you know, you call the teacher, like, Mr. whatever. Or Mrs. whatever. And, you know, I've heard that some people said, like, oh, no, you still do it for, like, people who are above you. But I'll tell you, I've always called my boss Mr., you know? Oh, yeah, you were gonna put in the easy one, that's right. You just sort of forgot. You're gonna put in the hard one? You're in Germany, so you never heard it? Yeah, I don't know if there's, like, an equivalent in other... I don't know how many languages have an equivalent of Mr. Well, actually, like Monsieur, that's like Mr., right? I guess I could picture like a French person going like going Monsieur last name, you know. That's sort of how when I picture a fancy French waiter, I picture them like saying Monsieur last name, you know? That's sort of how I picture her Frau. Gotcha. Yeah, I've seen that in movies and stuff, like in Glorious Bastards. Is it weird that Inglorious Bastards is the first one that comes to mind for like German, like characters speaking in the little German? I guess it's, you know, hey, it goes with the. I guess it's like how many movies are about just like being in Germany, about people who speak English being in Germany and doing stuff in there. You know, it's not like there's a Lost in Translation, but for Germany, is there? If there is, that'd be cool, I guess. Lost in Translation is a movie about you know, the guy from Ghostbusters and a much younger lady hanging out in Japan, if I recall. I forget if it's a little bit romantic or whatever, but it might be a little bit romantic. I don't remember. Let's play this first one. That one looks good. Anyway, I'll say I've not used that really since I or really even seen it used since I like left school, you know, since you know, like over a decade ago, if that. You know, I don't know if I used it in college, if like college professors are called that. Maybe. Who remembers? I feel like I might have already fucked this up. Oh, this is about spawn blocking. Okay, so basically we open up a thing by destroying objects and then okay, there we go. We want to open up an object, give it the chance to respawn, then and then do another thing. Easy. You know what I bet we need to do? Oh. Okay, I was thinking that maybe these ones that just despawned, they would have something in them as well. Let's remove this. And try this again. Oopsie daisy. I don't need to go through twice. Anyway, I was just wondering that recently, was thinking about like how... Oh, you know what's probably a really big bomb? Yeah, there we go. I was thinking about now in Japanese, you know, it's people refer to each other by last name if they're not well acquainted. And I was kind of thinking like, oh well, actually it's kind of the same in English, but it's only for like people who are like above you on the hierarchy. Which I was just thinking like, well, actually, I don't use that often, so is it really still a thing? Maybe just in certain circles, you know? You think of the whole like, oh, Mr. Blank was my father. You think of that situation, right? You think of someone just saying like, ah, there we go. You think of someone saying like, oh, don't call me by my last name. That's not a thing anymore. And I think that even was like a generation ago, you know? That was like ages ago. That wasn't really my generation so much, it was my dad's, you know? They was saying that thing and making that corny little joke. By removing this, can it allow something to spawn? Oh! I know. I see it. Ceiling. Okay, so that's gonna explode. Wait. How do I make it explode is the question now. I can damage myself. I can damage myself with this. And then now we can do it. Okay. Second time's the charm. Okay. We wait. We drop down, put it on our head. Now we can do that. Eh? Eh? Oh, wait! Go through the door with the bomb. Ah, I could go through the door with the bomb. Just go through the door with the bomb. That's obvious in retrospect. I say it's obvious. That's why it's a puzzle, right? To figure out these things one thing at a time. I'll say, like, I think you've done a good job of making it very, very easy to, like, work through the logic on, right? Each of these puzzles is, like, self-contained in a nice way. And, you know, tells you everything you need to know. You need... When I go through this, is this gonna be something? No good. Looks like we need 2 bombs. So does that mean it's fucked? Or what else you can do? Yep, okay. We'll start over. Lose a life. Let's go. Do another card while we're doing it. Look at this panel from Skate-made manga. I honestly don't like read manga all that often, or ever really, but sometimes it gets posted to like Discords I'm in, and I look at it and go, oh, that's pretty cool. Look at this. I saw this on a Discord that I'm in. I said, that's pretty funny. This is a skater maid. It's a manga about some maids that skate, and her name is Benihana. That's very funny. That's a good name for a skateboarding maid. You can just call her Hana. Very, very fitting. Benihana. Perfect name. My God. When I see pictures like that, my thought is generally like, oh, wow, that's good. That's pretty good. I hope that becomes an anime at some point, so I can just watch it, you know? I'm not gonna read it as a manga, but I'll definitely watch it if it comes on, I was about to say a streaming service that I have. Well, you know, that's true. On a streaming service that I have, specifically like Crunchyroll or High Dive or whatever. Which, you know, most anime are on those services, so it's not like a stretch or anything. I would like them to become an anime so I can watch that. But, just seeing it out of context occasionally is also cool and fun and good. Alright, I need to put on the helmet from this side. You're planning on making an actual puzzle about spawn blocking? Okay. Here's what we need to do about this. Well, first I need to de-hat me. Take off the hat. Now, go through here. Grab this. Get rid of this wall. Again. Now this time, you need to set it down like a block away, such that only one brick gets destroyed. Perfect, okay. Let me grab a fire flower real fast before we go any further. Oh, is that far enough? Yeah, it is. Perfect. GG. Or perhaps should we say G overstroke? Overline? Is overline a thing? G. There's an alternate solution as well. Huh. Let's see what this does. I bet this does something. Haha, it's made of one-ups. GG have one-ups there. That's nice. That's good. That was a great level. Thank you for it. I'm gonna hit complete, and then I'm gonna hit next. Tell you what, we're around 3 hours in. Why don't we we'll do a last call here. I'm gonna play one more of my own levels, and then we're gonna do last call for levels. Okay? So, you know what? That's another thing I should implement. You know, we were talking earlier about things I would like to do for the stream. You know, hardware I would like to get, things I would like to set up as far as like things I can do. One thing that would be nice would be something that just says last call for levels. Get them in now, folks. And let me hit. Yeah, you're complete. So we'll just do one more from each person. And Malik, you'll be up next. Actually, tell you what. We'll close the queue after this next level from Malik. And Malik, if you want to get in one more, you do still have that easy one, right? You could definitely do both the hard and the easy tonight if you so pleased. We'll do it like that. We'll play this one. Yes, you can add again. Everyone can add again. Anyone who watch it. Until the queue is closed, anyone can add another one in. You're good? Okay. Well, I wouldn't mind. We'll still close the queue after your level, though, Malik, I'll say. The queue will be closing after this one. Which, you know, this is a hard one, right? So this one might be quick. Hey, why don't I do one more card right here, real fast? Look at this cute still of chaos from Comic Girls. She's great. Look at her. This button. She's just a great tiny little girl. And occasionally she says things that are funny. She's very cute. And is just very into the idea of being scolded by the beautiful teacher. Man, there's a lot of good moments in there with her just like being a little bit gay and probably not realizing that that's what she is, which is just fantastic. Just really, really cute and good. And I like it. She's a really cute character, and I'm really enjoying watching those shows. That show, like, I like to watch one of those like before sleeping, like before bed, as like the final wind down anime of the night sort of thing. I meant to show this last week actually, but forgot to have it available. Forgot the spawn blocking level. Do you think the spawn blocking level, despite being obscure tech, is your easiest puzzle? Gotcha. Well, we'll see what we can do with the next one. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Just destroy the blocks and do a thing. You know, and there's only one way you can fail it. Technically, you know, there's only one block you can do too soon, or that you don't want to do. Bowser the Block Destroyer. Bowser breaks blocks with his fireballs in an auto-scroller. Good luck. Holy jeez. Holy lord. Let's see if we can get through this. I don't know if we can do this. Well, I guess that's the idea, that you don't know if it can be done. Let's find out. Oh, is it like these sort of... is it like the floor? Or just like, you know, you have to move forward by Bowser making a path for you? Woohoo! You see that shit? Is it gonna laugh every time I get hit? That was a pretty good dodge, if I do say so myself. And I do say so myself. Bowser! There's no way to get out of that. Just no holes. No holds barred is a different thing. If you're set after screen scroll, you are also toast. What, like if you went through that door? gonna end up with some potobos up our assholes, fellas. Nice to say, y'all. I got hit. I don't think you want to get hit before you go into this whole area. That's bad. Secret at spawn? Fucking again with that same Podobo. I'm not good at remembering where Podobos are. The lava is rising. The lava is rising. Coins equals lava. Lava bubbles, huh? Oh, hey. Also, there's a secret mushroom here. We found a secret mushroom. I didn't notice that. Typically, when you see coins, you know, I'm used to thinking of them as, you know, good things. Bowser, please shoot the goddamn thing. Hello. No, we're. I'll tell you right now, real Zach, and that I'm not gonna count that one. I wasn't looking. It doesn't count if I'm managing the lives when I get hit. That's the only time it doesn't count. I'll tell you, Zach, we are in last call for levels right now. So if you have a level, get it in now. Now is the time to submit it. Easy. You're at just the right time. And I don't learn, don't I? That's 5 tries. That's 5 tries, shit. They go fast. They go fast sometimes, don't they? We'll... Yay. You give them that level again, I'm sure I will have another try. I will also say that I'll say 2 things. One, of course, subs get an extra 2 tries. You know, go up to 7. And the other thing is that if you want to have a full 15 minutes, around the start of every viewer level stream is just a time where every person gets 15 minutes with 5 last tries if that's not enough. So, you know, be here earlier in a stream and you can get more tries and we can maybe get through harder levels like that. But hey, you know what? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe we can do it. Just given enough times through. I'm gonna hit next, and I'll say we're gonna have last call now. Last call for levels. Everyone has a time now to get in their level one more time. Let's see. Malik's is in, or not Malik's. Malik, you can if you like. Kufe is up. And before I do the next level, I'm going to play one of my own, by the way, to be clear, Kufi. And when I finish doing that one, that is when the queue will close for real, okay? So let's just do that. We'll do Mecha Maelstrom. That's like kind of related to storms. It's not a literal storm, but it's a metaphorical storm. And I'll do one of my last cards. Also, look at this cute gif from Kubo. Kubo won't let me be invisible. Look at this cute gif. It's Kubo from Kubo, and she is just very cutely sleeping, just very cutely napping. Some very extremely cute chibi art in that show, which was off the air for a while. They had a little bit of a delay, and it's back now, back as a simulcast show on High Dive, and I'm happy it's back. There's just been 1 episode so far, and I enjoyed it. That's Kubo. That's a Kubo second. All right, let's finish this one up. Oh, this is a 20-second level, by the way, so you know, get your levels in fast, I guess. Shut up, jeez. Should I have gone with a longer level? You know what? You know what? Now that I think about this, 20 seconds is a long time to let people get levels in. Now, is it? You can put it in again, or you can put in the easy level. Whatever is your preference, Malik. It's up to you. You know what? Let me go with one. I'll do one more actually, because that was a short one, and I totally forgot it was. That's another good one. But this one's not really storm related, but been a bit since the last time we saw Automation Station. We'll play through this one and then we'll close the queue and you know, have these last 3 levels that are submitted be the last ones. Again, anyone who wants to get one in, now's the time. This is another level. This is a level based around these you know, these platforms. You know, like the exclamation blocks, and they're activated by the bombs that you drop into the lava, and they form, and you know they're gonna go away if you're not too careful. Lord Bowser getting in one last one. Very good, Lord Bowser. Glad I gave you a second. For that, you need the boomerang to get. We don't have it, so we can't get it. This is another level I'm really happy with. You know, and I say that, I'm happy with nearly all of them. God damn, the moving like, these platforms that you have to run along, I think they turned out really damn well. And it's fun to just bounce around these like bomb chains. And make your way through. Let's go down there. Like doing it with a ground pound myself. I like using 2 different sets of them here. And, you know, using it to create really elaborate structures all at once. I guess, you know, we mentioned earlier a level that, like, forms before you. I guess this level is a level that kind of forms before you. Pretty much literally. You know, in that same fashion we were talking about. Except this one is triggered by your own action. Well, actually, the other one was too, wasn't it? The earlier one with the POWs. That was based on you hitting a POW or doing a thing. Actually, it wasn't always a POW. It was like, it depended. Whereas this one is always when you just stomp on a guy and they fall into the lava. Anyway, let's go ahead and close the queue. That'll be it for tonight. Let me go ahead and put that into the chat. Close queue. Perfect. The queue is now closed. Officially, and also it is on the HUD as well. You know, on the UI, the heads-up display. Next up is Koofy, who said to... Which one did you say? Thwomp Elevator. Okay. And I'll do one more card. The last one is shout out to y'all. I just want to say, again, one more time, you know, I appreciate all y'all coming, hanging out, giving me levels, the subs, the cheers, POW Elevator, specifically, okay. I appreciate all that shit. You know, y'all did a great, you know, y'all dropped a lot of subs in the last week for the whole birthday stream. I say a lot, you know, relative to usual. And god damn if I don't appreciate the hell out of all that. And as well as the bit cheers for the birthday as well. And anyone who just, you know, even just said happy birthday and all that. That's a 6, not an 8. And thank you for the correction. I see you actually corrected it in chat as I was putting it in. I appreciate the hell out of y'all. And, you know, we wouldn't... I don't want to say we wouldn't be doing it if not for y'all. I mean, maybe I would have been. I did play through, you know, but god damn if I don't appreciate you. And all the support and the stuff, you know, whatever. Shout out to y'all. Long story short. Thank you for the follow, Koofy LP. Shout out to you in particular now. The POW Elevator. Version 2? Is that right? Let's go, let's do it. This has a low clear rate, actually. I don't know if we'll be able to do this one. But let's see. It's a one-screen puzzle. It's not this screen, it's the other screen. This one. Oh, crud. This is complicated. We have 500 seconds to do it. We died really quickly. That was a thwomp. Okay. What does this do? The door. Let's... Wait, can we get back out? Can we get back out? It's a reset. Again! Really? Okay. I'm gonna see where the door leads, if it just leads to the other side. Tracks mean invisible blocks. Okay. Cool. So if we were to hit the... If we were to hit an invisible block there, that would prevent the thwomp from spawning. So that's probably something we need to do in the middle of the puzzle to get rid of that thwomp. Okay. We need to get the dry bone shell to get down through there. Get down through that part. Meantime, let's... Wait. There's an invisible block right here. Is it a good one? If we hit it... Let's hit it. Okay, no, it's a wrong answer block. So, it's a you're not supposed to do that block. I don't know, could have been a puzzle. They have fines, so they'll disappear when we do the reset block. That's right. I know this. I've seen other puzzles that do the same, you know. It's not a property. I don't think I knew it before I was a streamer. That those blocks work that way. In particular for those Oh wait, these are... It's a wrong thing. You do not want to hit it. Apparently. What's up with that? That's a big bomb. Oh! 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 Okay, can't go through while I'm there. I can't go through while I'm there. I thought it was gonna fall on my fucking head. Okay. I don't know why hitting the block would be wrong. Perfect. Alright, what now? How is gonna let me kill this guy? Oh, these respawn, so it's not like they're... It's not like they're going to, It's not like they're gonna let me, you know, keep the swamp dead or something. Oh shit, I jumped too well. Oh, it's, to prevent cheese. Okay. It's for cheese prevention. Gotcha, okay, that makes some sense. As far as, like, the, one random thought here that has nothing to do with this level, by the way. To go back to the earlier topic of, like, stream improvements. One idea that I have that's, like, a... More of a long-term thing, or, like... That I don't know, like, when it would be possible, even. Would be something like a green screen, you know? Just, like, chroma out my background. I would specifically chroma out the background, but not the couch. I would have it so that there was a green screen, but I would still be on the couch and shit, you know? But, know why he went... Why he went wrong answer, but whatever. Oh, that goes the wrong way. Oh, you know what? Throwing it up. Oh, okay, that's why there's... That's why those are there. To prevent you from doing exactly that. Gotcha. Oh, there's a balloon there. Wait, do we need to reset? We might need to reset. But, like, if I were to do a green screen setup, I think I would probably move my portrait a little bit. You know, like my camera. Probably move it to, like, the lower left. Rather than, like, the upper left. Because, you know, above me would be nothing. So, it would make sense to have it in a lower position. Rather than in a higher position. You know, if that makes sense. I think that would be cool. Look at that, we can travel this way. Wait, what? I thought for sure we could go through that way, but I guess not. Dang it. Fuck. Oh! Get the power up and then go through there. Like, go through the saw blade. That must be it. So yeah, I think that'd be a cool thing to change, you know, if good. If ever that were to become an option. I'll say, like, right now, my apartment setup, my couch is, you know, not against a wall or anything. It's just against, like, it's just, you know, open to the rest of the room, so I can't really, you know, like, I would have to rearrange things if I wanted to do, like, if I wanted to do it that way, right? And I don't know if I really want to, like, rearrange, like, my whole thing while I'm still here anyway. I could see, honestly, doing it in, like, a new place. If I were to move or something, I would probably, like, you know, want to have a dedicated stream room with a green screen behind. Having a nice looking background is nice too. Yeah, I'll say, like, you know, the background isn't so much a nice looking background, so much it is just, you know, what's behind me. What's behind me is just, like, my kitchen and, you know, my kitchen counter. That whole business. Which is, like, it's not a problem, but I don't know, could do better. What is the deal? You say this is called POW Elevator? Why is it called POW Elevator? Oh, you know why it's called POW Elevator. I guess the puzzle is to get the POW out. To get the POW up. I'd like to have transparent, just so I could take up less real estate, you know? I do know with, like, my current setup, I am covering up, like, the coin counter and some of the clear condition stuff. But, you know, not, like, the biggest deal ever. Now, what does this do, having the thing? Having that blue be there? No, that's not it. Oh, also, by the way, I'll say, during the lightning round, a timeout would count for multiple lives. That's how we work. That's how it works in order to make sure that, you know, it, you know, lift it up. Oh! Real Zach having an idea. And by the way, I'll say that's cool. Backseating is cool if we're talking, like, someone else's puzzle or something. I'm okay with, like, taking suggestions for it to be a little bit collaborative. Oh, also, I just realized there was a spring here. There's a spring. We can probably do something with that. Okay, here's what we need to do. Respawn the spring. Balloon float over to it. Over to the saw. Drop down here. Grab the spring. Turn the on off. Profit. Oh, no problem. It's cool. Like I said, I'm okay with collaboration. Send the spring over there. Down the other way. There's a few things you change if you built it today. It was your first one. Gotcha. That's good context, I guess. I think it's good. You know, I'll say, like, we're figuring things out one bit at a time. I feel like we're making progress. So long as progress is being made, I'm usually, you know, satisfied. I don't mind things being a bit slow so long as you know, with each try we're getting a little farther, we're realizing things. You know, I'll say, like, I do find it frustrating if I'm playing the same level and it's just like, yeah, we're just banging our heads against the wall. Hello, Aaron Smash Brothers. The queue is currently closed, but I'll tell you, for first-time chatters, I don't mind opening up the chat to let just them get in one level. Would you like to get in a level? Aaron Smash Brothers, let me know. Fucking hell, I was talking to chat while a bomb fell in my head. Oh, yeah, that's on me. Good work. I feel like we were getting pretty close there to figuring it out, but a bomb fell on my head, and such is the lightning round. Aaron, let me know if you want to get one in, and I'll totally open up the queue for you, okay? Say the word. Good tries. Thank you for saying. Just say the word, Aaron. I'm gonna hit next. I'm gonna see what the next one is. By the Real Zach. Real Zach, just said... Real Zach was suggesting things during the last level. Real Zach is there. It is here. Is good for it. Let's just go ahead and get that punched in. 4, 5, B, 2C, F. I'll tell you, for green screen, that's like a long-term thing, and that would be like in a different place. You know, I don't think... With this current setup, I would need to have like 2 green screens. I guess I don't really need to have 2 green screens. I have the whole PC setup that I can also do. But also, I'll say, like, I am less and less often using the PC view, and less often running over there and, like, you know, setting things up from there. The more time I can spend on my couch, the better. Oh, this one's a hard one? Do you want me to switch it out for you? I can switch it out for you, Zach. You have a wall behind me that's painted green? Not with green screen intention? That's nice. I do know a streamer that has just like a green wall in a room that is otherwise just white walls for chroma keying. Yeah, let me... Tell you what, we'll just do it this way. We'll just pull up the thing just to save time. Tell me which level you would like to do. The bombing of our Artonland skies, 7%. Okay, that's doable. Gotcha. Same as yours, yeah. And it seems like very cool and very useful for streaming purposes. If I were to ever get a house, I would do exactly what that streamer did. I would have a stream room, and the wall of the stream room would be painted green. And maybe multiple walls, actually, because I would... Well, I don't know how that would work, but... I don't know how I would lay it all out, and I guess I don't know what size it would be. I guess it depends on the size of the room, how it would get laid out, but... Presumably it would be like this one, and have like a desk area. Okay, we learned about bombs now. The bomb is gonna land. It is gonna blow up a thing where the indicators indicate. Nice setup. 50. I'm guessing the red coins are optional here. That'd be my guess. This looks relatively traditional. Let's try not to get hit by the bombs, I guess. There's a checkpoint right there, and by the way, I'll say again, checkpoints refresh our tries, so refreshes our tries up to 5. In the description it says it's optional. I really need to be in the... That's one thing I should be more careful about. I'm always just, like, not reading the description as I go in. That's a very simple thing I can do. So, like, you know, sometimes, you know, like even I do that. I put in a little flavor into the thing, and the flavor is very... What? I'm confused about that. What was that? What was up with that? I don't get it. Well, even if we don't understand what happened there, or what we need to do, if I don't take any damage up to that point, I can totally just cheese it. Oh, you can totally make it, it's just kind of tight. At the end, you should fall all the way to the right. Okay. That worked out. Very good. Thank you for the level. I appreciate it. Very nice. Oh, I'm not going to put next. I'm going to put next because that one was not the level. It was a different code, so we don't want to put complete. But we'll see this again. We'll remember that we did it. And they'll say, you know. Alright. You can also always put in a maker code, and that just, you know, it doesn't come with any, like, not complete tracking, but it's also just simpler to just, you know, if you end up wanting to choose one. Malik the God, 555. Your level is up next, and you just said nice. Alright, let's go. Let's do it. I'm all out of cards, too, so it's not like I have anything to talk about in particular, like prearranged, but I guess we can talk about Tears of the Kingdom. My god, that game is fantastic. I'll tell you, like, I don't know that I was the strongest on Breath of the Wild. I mean, it was one of my favorite games of that year, but it was just, like, one of my favorite games of that year. You know, it wasn't, like, the top game. It was like, number 4, behind Nier, behind Persona, behind Mario Odyssey. Which, to be fair, like, those are some of my favorite games ever, too. You know, like, Odyssey is, like, literally number 1, or maybe number 2. Like, maybe tied for top 2. Top 2 for sure, but, you know, relative that, it can be, oh god, it's this one again. It can be hard to, like, stand out, but... Ooh, a fire flower this time. Nice. We didn't get the chance to see if it, like, upgraded. And we just wasted it entirely as well. Again with the nice save there, look at that. This is uncleared and we have 5 tries, that's right. And we've tried it a couple times before earlier on. And it did not go well, I'll tell you that. Oh, Bowser! Bowser! Bowser got me good there. Ugh. Anyway, I'm having a great time with that game. I've just done 2 of the dungeons so far. I'm about to go into the 3rd one, I think. I say I think. I know I'm about to go into the 3rd one. I'll probably do... I bet I'll be... I bet I'll do, like, the next 2 dungeons over the weekend. And then I don't know, you know... I don't know if that's it, or if... You know, maybe I shouldn't say about, like, about there being dungeons at all, but, you know... You can probably ascertain of, like, oh yeah, there's gonna be at least 4 dungeons, like the last one did. But I'm really curious, like... Okay, when I finish this dungeon, this is not where you want to be. When I finish these dungeons, is that like going to be it, or there's going to be like a whole new area? I'm really hoping whole new area. I'm hoping that it's like blows the fuck out in areas in places that I haven't seen yet. I've really been enjoying my time with it. Just like, honestly, even if it's not, like, just running around is fun enough. Right now, I have no idea where to... You know, it's not like in the first game, right? Where I know, like, okay, well, go to Hyrule Castle. That's the end of the game. Whenever you're ready, go for it. I don't know where the end of the game is in Tears of the Kingdom. You know, there's a lot left, too. Hello, King Pigeon. The queue is closed, but for first-time viewers, I am okay with opening it and letting y'all get one in. So let me do that for you if you don't mind. It's cool, dude. Go ahead, get one in. And by the way, this is just for King Pigeon, by the way, to be clear, or any other first-time viewers. If I, let anyone get one in, we'd be going all night, you see? Go ahead, get it in. Thank you. Very good. You got it. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to reclose up the queue. Beautiful. Your level's short. Well, even if it's long, this is the lightning round. We only have so many tries per level. So your turn will be coming up pretty soon. Oh, I wish that I said that, I could try killing Bowser
Oh, no.
if I were to get the lightning, the fireball. That was the last life. Thank you for the level. Maybe we'll beat it on another night. Alright, then. Next up is, Lord Bowser. Very good. Lord Bowser, go ahead and confirm. Gonna get Lord Bowser's level up. Super World, yeah? Lord Bowser doing an emote. That's very good. Meanwhile, while I'm typing this up, let me pull up the emotes. Speaking of emotes, aren't those emotes nice? Those are what you can get if you sub. You also get, like, extra... Thank you for the follow, King Pigeon. You also get, like, extra lives during the lightning round for subscribers, you see. I tried to make this lineup of emotes, really nice and diverse and full of, like, very useful emotes. And I hope that everyone with subs, uses them on occasion and enjoys them. I certainly find them very useful myself. I think Bowser High is, like, maybe my favorite. It's so good. It's so good, the Bowser High. Oh my god, like, just, you say hello to someone. You're coming into a chat or whatever. You want to say hi? Bowser High is, like, the best one to do that with, I feel like. I feel like that is just so good. Perfect. I also love the, salute is always handy. GG is always handy. And one I really like as far as, like, the non-emote... One I'm really fond of is the choo-choo. Just looking over. I think that one's just really, really slick and good and fun and nice to use. The laughing one, also really nice. Queen laughing from Deltarune. Anyway, let me get those down. I'll tell you, a really nice perk of being a streamer.
Oh, no.
A really nice perk of being a streamer, being an affiliate, having those emotes, is that, you get to use them for free without actually, like, subscribing to anyone. Because you're the person who's the emotes of. Because I am the person, And, it turns out that's really nice to just have a bunch of emotes to use myself. Emotes are fire, hell yeah. I'm glad you appreciate them too. I love using my emotes. Oh shit! Fuck! Could've grabbed the POW and done a thing. Oh well. That's a good place to hide a 50. That's well hidden. I assume it was a 50. I think that would be the right denomination for that secret. Maybe it was just a 30 though. What is that emote that you just did? That's an emote of...
Oh, yeah. Mario time.
Looks like a monster holding a heart? Like a gremlin holding a heart or something? Oh, it's your own. I get it. Yeah, that's nice. I get it. It's holding a heart and all. Very nice. Dragon. Ah, I see. Cool. That is Bowser's level. Bowser makes very, very fine, very, very good, fun, traditional levels, and his super worlds tend to be pretty, like, Super Luigi style. Check that out if you like those. I'm gonna hit next, and we'll see the final level tonight, King Pigeon's level. Let's go ahead and see. This one, I hear, is a shorty. That's what King Pigeon was saying earlier. King Pigeon, King Pigeon, you're still here, yeah? Even if you're not, I will play the level. That's how we do things here, but if you're not here, I get fewer tries, basically. It'll be in sudden death, in other words. So please confirm and you'll get the full 5 lives. Either way is good, you know. I'll say, like, the way this system works, it's designed so that we are prioritizing the people who are ready and present and you know, attentive and shit. But also, we're playing more levels that we otherwise wouldn't if we had just, like, you know, skipped them or something. Which I think is more fun. More fun way of doing it. Fun compromise. Let me at King Pigeon real fast, make sure that, you or... Oh, there's King Pigeon. Any level. Cool, okay. Let's see, what should we do? This one's Among Us. Mega Blooper sounds fun. Kinda like the sound of Mega Blooper. Like, what the fuck is gonna be the deal with Mega Blooper? What does that mean? Trials Uprising sounds fun to me. Happy birthday? Whose birthday was it? My birthday was was Wednesday, if you're curious. There was a whole birthday stream. It's up on YouTube now. You know, the VOD of it is. A lot of stuff we played during that. Let's go with Mega Blooper. I'm in the mood for Mega Blooper. Happy late birthday. Thank you, King Pigeon. I appreciate it. We had a good long stream. Played a bunch of games. You know, what was it? We played Celeste. Hitman, that new mode. There was a little bit of a Mario Maker update in there. And also just a bunch of Tears of the Kingdom. Okay, we gotta jump off these guys with good timing. Also, there was a sub goal for our watch party, and we made that sub goal. Shit. We got the sub goal. We watched Jackass Forever. That was fun. Don't really do that many sub goals these days, but it's a fun to do one on occasion, and to do a watch party with that. And I think the way that we did it with putting a timer on screen such that anyone can sync with it, and also so that if you're watching the VOD, you can still pull up the video and sync. Ah! Holy shit! I can't believe we survived that. God damn. Also, hey, look at that. Checkpoint refreshes our doodads. Holy Jesus. We had a timer on screen so that anyone could sync with it, and that makes it, I think, a lot more... Oh shit, this is a water level. This is survival. Crap, I thought it was, I was kind of wondering about that because it did look like the ground was, it did look like the ground was saws in the thumbnail. So I guess there's gonna be, like, multiple phases or something. Wait, how the fuck? Oh, wait. Oh, wait, you can jump on guys in night underwater? I didn't know that, huh? I thought you couldn't jump on them. That's good to know, okay. I thought it was just survival there. Oh jeez. Okay, good. So stop spawning them after a certain point, then you can get through. Oh, there's the end. Is there gonna be another checkpoint here? Okay, what? Okay, just door goes through the other side. Okay. I was expecting another, like, boss fight in here. Okay, cool. Very good. We did it. Fantastic. Anyway, that Wednesday stream was fun. You can check out the VOD now. VOD of any stream, like the Pikmin playthrough before that, and any number of random other streams up to like a certain arbitrary point in the past where I said, "Oh, I should archive all my streams on YouTube rather than let them just disappear into the wind." Very, very nice. That was the third person. We were the third person who cleared that. Though only 6 people have tried, I suppose. Very nice. Thank y'all for the levels. I will see y'all in nearly a week from now, I'll say. Let me pull up the schedule. Usually Monday would be a playthrough day. Last Monday we finished playing through Pikmin 1, 2, and 3 Deluxe all at once. So that series is over now, and the next thing that we'll be starting up will be Hat in Time. But that's not going to start until the week after next because I am going to be busy on Monday attending a wedding, and as such, I'm also going to be busy for most of the weekend as well, actually. So don't expect a sneaky Sunday or Saturday stream or nothing. Even if I am taking Sunday off or Saturday off, Monday off. Jeez, I have to learn the days right. So the next time you'll see me will be Thursday, a week from now, pretty much. And we're gonna do those Mario Advances. Those are going up on Nintendo Game Boy Advance online, and probably around the time that stream starts. So we'll figure it out when it starts, I guess. That'll be Thursday, about a week from now. Gonna be a long break, but hey, lots going on. Maybe I'll try to set up something cool by then, like one of the things I discussed, like a new docket or something. Knowing me, I'll probably do that. Knowing me, I just need to come up with a really good idea for it, like to replace this docket as you see it now, how it is now. Something new, perhaps. Other than that, look for Mario Maker viewer levels on Fridays, 6 p.m. Central. You come here early, you can get here before the lightning round starts and get 15 minutes if you like. That's cool. I'll see y'all. You know what? I'll see y'all on Thursday. Let me go ahead and put in a raid, and then it'll be night. I see Dan Reichert is doing Rent a Hero Dreamcast English translation. I thought he was gonna do just Tears of the Kingdom stuff. I guess he's doing more of a bounce around type thing. We're gonna raid in on him. He's a cool big streamer that I usually watch, like whatever he's doing on Friday nights, like after my own stream. And he's been streaming a little more sporadically recently, but he's streaming tonight. I want to hang out with him and do the thing. So let's go ahead and set that raid in. I'll see y'all next Thursday, which is gonna be nearly a week from now, I know, but gonna be busy and with a lot of family stuff, so that's that. Again, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the support, the subs, the cheers, the follows, the levels, whole nine. I appreciate the raids as well. There was a couple raids in the last few weeks. I'm thankful for those as well. And I forgot to do this at the end of the birthday stream, thanking people. I don't usually thank people as part of my diatribe, as part of my next stream diatribe anymore. Maybe I should. I'll see y'all next time, next Thursday. I know that's a ways away, but y'all have a good next week and weekend and change, all that. Bye, folks.